Hello, everyone. And now I'm going to try moving this over to the high road panel. Excellent. So we are back live again after a brief fuck up. Oh, Pat, subscribe. That's crazy. Tabletop and Thalo Lees, what is up? Greetings. From coast to coast, I love you the most.
Get out of here with that nonsense. No yawning.
Now, Tabletop Anthologies, Judge Wolf, you missed. Editing some videos and caught at the perfect time. Oh. Yeah, there's, you missed. The owl showed up again last episode. Your favorite owl.
Everyone's favorite owl.
Everyone's favorite owl, who is, of course, very helpful. Oh, it's Sev this time. A Severian appears.
To be fair, Hyrule was a little less annoying than Gapora.
A little less annoying than who?
The owl from Ocarina of Time.
Oh.
Oh.
Amazing. Woo, woo. But yes, good evening, gamers. Welcome to High Road, our D&D 5e tabletop role-playing game live stream. Last time on, the party escaped some crazy face shenanigans and have returned to discover it's been days since they've been gone. And they're going to go assess the damage and see how things are with a changeling incursion that they hope to beat back. And before we get going with the story, there's some things that you should know, which is that there are two major ways to influence the going of the stream. One is if you go to the About section and click on Money Honey, you can donate money directly to Diesel Shot, and this will make the Wild Magic Surge bar on the left-hand side of the map go up, 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 until it reaches $2, and it goes BAM, and a Wild Magic Surge happens, which can totally change the way a scenario plays out, and is good fun all around. There's another, which costs no money down. For channel points, for 2,000 of them, you can give a Dangerous to go alone. You type in a character's name, and I give them an item or insight that I know will help them in the moment. That is more or less the sum total of the ways for a viewer to influence this game, although you are free to view and chat along. So with all that said and done, I think it is time for us to begin. When last we left our heroes, they were crossing the bridge at one of the bridges at the center of Riziwa to head north, right?
West to our friend,
Yeah.
the Wizard District or the Tower District.
Yeah. So you're gonna go west and then north to meet with Yanlan, and and you arrive without too much conundrum in the Tower District. I deleted your tokens in this map, right? No, I didn't. Teehee.
Ooh.
Pretend no, you
You're
This is
in
right
the
map.
forest.
Nope. Nope. Gone.
This is not the right map. Oh, we never left!
We're falling again! Fuck!
We're still in the Feywild.
We're still there! This is on illusion!
All
Hate
right.
to say that my cape's also a glide too, so that's gonna be a fun time.
So yeah, you arrive at the Tower District. There's a lot of guards around, as you might expect. Had seen. They kind of look at you and they'll give you the once over. There's the smell of boiling eggshells sort of projected around this area from various windows. They're still eyeing you up. You see Yanlan in the distance, who notes your approach and is intrigued by your approach, and he's over talking to another person who looks rather like a wizard. There's more guards, there's his personal guard, and you see the house you went into, the top has been blown off, and massive stone pillars have come up to break up the foundation, and anything that looks like it would have been associated with the greenery up top is well and truly gone.
Jesus. Well, wow. 2 days. I guess.
Yep, the guards say Yanlan was expecting you. You should go talk to him about the situation. And kind of, spread out to let you pass. You see Yanlan's house is fine.
That's good. Good for him. He kept this place nice and clean.
The other guards notice you approach, and again, step out of the way, eyeing you carefully.
Does his place look like unnaturally clean, or like it just never got attacked, or?
It doesn't look like it was attacked. You can give me a perception test.
Hey, rolled pretty well.
Oh, look at
surprisingly.
that.
It's as if you're a wisdom character, kind of.
Everyone else is gonna. No, this is just
So,
going
yeah.
downhill from here.
So you can tell that there's something special about Yanlan's house. The walls seem sturdier than they should be for what they're made out of, which appears to be paper and wood. And his garden seems immaculate compared to what might be expected, but not in the way that the Fey shit was. It looks like a garden that exists here and should exist here, and it's just been like magically kept. Similarly, like the upper stories of his house, which you've been in and know are wider than that appears up there, just seem like the angles never quite sit right in your mind. And you take this to be something of the trick of the compression of space involved in the houses.
Ah, magic shit. Gotcha.
And yeah, Yanlan turns to meet you. His guards sort of, form up near him as another person approaches, who is, perhaps bearing a familiar face, but people are kind of paranoid.
Only a little. They're only a little paranoid, right?
Yeah, there's a guard here as well. Doesn't seem to be a private one. The over-lieutenant who looks around and says, "This is them?" And Yanlan says, "Indeed." And he produces a black iron dagger and pricks his finger and shows it to you and kind of gesticulates for you to do likewise.
Oh. Wait. How does Zion test for this?
Yes, just give me the dagger.
You can.
In the past, we just said no, Zion probably can't be impersonated.
Oh yeah, that's
Left
right.
it at that.
I'll take his dagger and just prick his finger. Oh, my finger. My finger.
Prick
Sorry.
his finger?
No, I meant my finger. Prick my finger and ask him if he has any more of these.
I mean, we all have shards of black iron from a broken weapon.
I yeeted mine into someone's head.
I killed
Remember the first time we saw the Geomancer's, whatchamacallem? Sekiro? Whatever.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a nat 20 on it.
I guess Lonnie will prick her finger on the shard and then give the shard to Tento.
Thank you for the Water Lee.
Oh, cool.
So now you have another shard back.
Oh, neat. Thanks, Lonnie.
So you undergo the test. They watch, particularly anybody who seems to be hesitating. And nodding with satisfaction, Yanlan says, "So you were successful. It is a pleasure to see you all here intact and unfazed."
Ah.
Indeed.
No. Anyone? Anyone? No. Okay.
Ah, yes,
Serious.
levities have been in short supply these past few days. Tell
I
me,
can tell.
what did you find when you enter the upper stories? And why is it that you returned to us via some circuitous means? Kind of look surprised that you came out of, west across a bridge towards them.
Well,
Well, from his west.
A
we
lot
went
of things
inside-
happened.
Yeah, we went inside the Geomancer's house and found a lot inside. We found the Feyway that they were trying to make, and I am 95% sure we closed it.
Yes, everything from our side indicates that it should be closed. There were hostile plants and other aberrations pouring out. We gathered our considerable forces. He gesticulates to Orm, a man who just sort of has like an orb floating around him, who doesn't quite look at you, and is like guards and the regular guards. And you can tell that most of the guards have black iron weapons out right now. And he says, we gathered our considerable forces and ensured that the site was contained. But it was your good work inside, I believe, that destroyed the passage. We will take all appropriate steps to ensure that nothing like this can happen again. We have already informed the clergy, who have worked to reconsecrate the shrines and go about the holy work of ensuring that the spirits of the land, the Barat, are all properly soothed. He does kind of like wince a little at that and say, it is a shame that he kind of looks over at the house and says, the Geomancer Batoy, I assume nothing changed about the fact that you'd seen his corpse and he was quite dead?
Yeah, he's not on this plane of existence anymore.
He kind of looks at you and he says, but is he on another?
I'll say.
No,
did,
he's dead.
did I don't remember if Tento saw him get taken away by the druids. I don't think I did. Right? Tento did, right?
It was Zion and Orochi.
Yeah.
Zion
yeah.
and Orochi witnessed that. Whether or not Zion and Orochi consider that to have actually been Batoy, and whether or not they would like to tell Yanlan that right now is up to Zion
Yeah.
and Orochi.
That was me thinking aloud. I was like, did I see that? No, I didn't. No.
I'm assuming, Kai, that Zion says nothing?
He's asking for information, right?
He's asking about Batoy and whether or not he lives, basically.
Oh. And to my knowledge, he's dead.
You saw someone who looked like Batoy in a weird glowing rectangle with some other unconscious people. And you and Orochi witnessed him get pulled through a portal by a dryad. I don't know. Did he say anything to you guys?
Nope.
Yeah, so...
At least not that I remember.
God, this was 3 weeks ago. I'm trying to remember. I thought he
So-
offered you guys passage, but I don't think that was the case.
It didn't say anything.
Okay.
Alright,
So I'm just gonna say, a dryad took the dead body of Batoy.
Yanlan looks askance and says, that's strange. She gesticulates and says, it appears to have been powerful magic that only Batoy was familiar with that destroyed his home around the time of the destruction of the upper floor. I thought that might be a hopeful sign that he had survived but was sealed on the other end with you when the collapse happened, but I suppose it could have just been a failsafe, a dead man's switch in the event that he were to no longer be master of his own home or meet his demise. Strange that it would trigger across the Feyway in here, but perhaps the place was close enough. Anyway, That is a measure of Arcanists. Tell me, the gear that I have entrusted to you, how is it held up?
I used the whole magazine. Now we still have all the Typhoon Spheres.
Well, these weapons are meant to be used as long as you put them to good use, and it seems you've done a good job, so I will assume that you did. Then, no hard feelings. So yeah, Yanlon seems pretty pleased with that, and he says, yes. Well, I have other good news. Prometheus and I have been talking. Prometheus just sort of like, looks at his floating crystal ball. And, we think that it would be good if you spoke to the, mayor here as representatives of the soon-to-be rulers of Cathadak. We think that he could be, convinced to be even more helpful, if he were to be treated with personally by representatives. Well, he has technically declared in favor of the rebellion. He's a man who goes whatever way the wind blows, but is also, shall we say, interested in reciprocating favors with those who have shown him respect.
Ugh, we just got back from this thing.
Yeah, so Yanlon kind of looks like... I mean, you could roll me an insight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which one of us are getting shot by him? Oh, yeah, that's back to normal.
Yep, there we go.
Alright, so Tento, you get the feeling that Yanlon looks kind of like, yeah, I did you a favor. Because Yanlon has basically moved, believing that you have helped him and the town. He has maneuvered to, even before he came back and confirmed it, kind of give you some credit and try and shore up Verziwa choosing your side. In part because Yanlon really doesn't wind up on the opposite end of a conflict from you guys. And this is sort of a... He thinks he's done you a favor, right? Mm-hmm. In terms of arranging this meeting and getting Knack on your side. Or potentially getting Knack on your side. And he's kind of looking for some sort of, positive response. But when he doesn't get it, he's like, ah, yes, well, you all retired. I'm sure you're free to retire to my abode, and we can discuss the matter of, he gesticulates, the equipment which I loaned you for the purposes of your mission.
Real quickly, what time of day is it again? It's the morning?
It's not morning. It's before noon, so...
It's not daybreak, but it's sometime.
Actually, it's not before noon. It's like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. I think is what I described. Didn't I? Did I not? No.
I feel like I remember an afternoon of some sort.
Yeah.
But then it also took us a little bit to get into town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we spent a little bit outside of town, and then I think the campsite wasn't on the hex either, so...
Yeah, Yanlon, we appreciate you taking the initiative and helping us out, but I think for you guys it may have been a few days. For us, it's been a very long day.
Of course. We can arrange to have you put up in whatever accommodations you would prefer, and of course, I'm sure you must have worked up a massive, heroic appetite for your grand deeds. However, I might be of assistance to my friends. And he says, my abode is right across the river, and I would mention quite secure. We are still sweeping the town for the presence of changelings.
Have you guys seen any more in the past couple days? Or found any more, I should say?
He looks around, and he's like, that is information I would prefer to share indoors. We have been attempting to prevent any panic. But he steps a little bit closer, and in a shushed voice near only his guards and you and Prometheus, he would mention, There have been more than one we have found through the sweep, and I want to make sure nobody slips through.
Jesus. Guess this
Lonnie
doesn't
just gives a really defeated sigh.
Um, does it was like, does that mean they're entering from somewhere else?
Yanlon says it's most likely that they've just already planted them. I mean, they can travel over land.
Mm.
And there are ways for individual Fae to wind up here that aren't quite as intrusive as a permanent Faeway. The Fae tend to plot and plan long term. It's possible that they were seated here years ago, and people who we thought of as neighbors haven't been who they were for years. As you can see, speaking too loudly about that possibility has a chance to produce something of a panic.
Fair enough.
Did I clearly see the people that were floating around the crystal?
Yeah. You could remember any of them. They were, I believe, Altima, who stood up and attacked you, a dwarf, a human who appeared to be some sort of a bard, and Batoy.
Okay. Alright. I'll just keep that in mind for a little later.
Keep that in the brain, Crystal.
Yes.
In the old Buckethead.
Yeah, so Yanlon's offering to put you up at his place. He's offering to put you up at another place. He's like, Mikasa, Sukasa, also my town is your town. You're free to take him up on the offer or not. But yeah, you guys are a bit bedraggled after
Yes.
your big day
A
out.
little bit.
I would like to rest.
Yeah,
Same.
we'll take up your offer. Thank you.
Excellent. And the Oberlieutenant stays and takes care of things. He brings some bodyguards with him, and Ormetheus just sort of says in a low voice, "I will stand vigil around the site." And Yanlon's like, "Of course, thank you, Ormetheus. And again, I appreciate your cooperation in this matter." And Ormetheus just kind of like floats in this direction, and you realize it doesn't look like his feet have been touching the ground this entire time.
He looks like a bundle of joy.
I don't want to levitate everywhere.
Lonnie, you ride a wolf everywhere.
No, Lonnie doesn't say that.
Okay.
But actually, I want to levitate everywhere. That'd be great.
I want to fly too.
I want to levitate everywhere. So
Lasagna.
I think we want you to levitate everywhere. It would make moving you so much easier.
Yalan, before we go, are there any immediate concerns or restoration efforts that need attention, or is all that being postponed for the time being?
He thinks about it and he says, "I don't believe that there are any nothing at the moment calls desperately for your particular touch."
That's good to
Well,
know.
nothing like less particular, but if first thing in the morning, something before, if we have time to meet, something we could help with.
He says, "I will keep this in mind, and dangerous to go on for Casey, Kai, and Darren."
Ah.
Let down again.
There we
Shit,
go.
also
Down
Shin,
again.
also Shin. I know that was revenge for the time you were like to your favorite player.
oh, there it is. Shin.
There
got
we
it.
go. I feel welcome again.
No, don't give him that satisfaction. Take it away from him. I liked it better when he was disappointed.
So yeah, you join him in his abode, and when you get there, you find that he has some very delicious alongside with the meal. He has a very refreshing, like mildly alcoholic lemonade that he's had specially brewed up, and it's like got like a mint garnish that almost seems to sparkle magically. And he says, you will find this very refreshing."
Ooh, lemonade.
Yeah, and
The-
so if you partake of it, you feel your body's vitality being restored. And Zion, you also feel like you could perhaps, how do I say, like, you know, sort of extend like a little like cool pH flavored taster into it and gain the benefits here. Sample the waters.
I can't think.
Yeah, you guys, a fine meal is brought out. He's got roast pig. He's got rice. He's got some very nice bread besides. And overall, it's served up alongside
Lumi's just
with the
gonna
sauce.
tackle the pig, and
Oh.
may or may not share.
Lumi tackles the roast fucking pig, and the Butcher like, wild fucking wolf, and Yanlan says, Lumi is an esteemed guest. We can have another pig roasted. As Lumi just absolutely tears into this fine spit roast pig.
Tento's gonna try to grab a little. They're gonna try to grab a
Yeah,
piece.
Loki's gonna go for the pig too. Like it depends on how long the next pig takes.
Alright, so you guys, like, Lumi's like, like on the rotisserie pig, and you guys just like, fuck it. Hopping onto the, like, perfectly wolf-jawed pig, and just trying to, like, rip off bits of tender meat and slap in your mouth. It does have a fine glaze to it, it appears. Almost like a caramel-colored glaze. It looks mouth-wateringly delicious.
What other things that dogs cannot eat is on there? Tell us.
Well,
Oh, Lumi's not a dog. not
Lumi's
fishy.
a wolf. Lumi's a wolf. That's actually why
Oh.
my sister's dog can eat chocolate and be fine, probably because, like, he's part, like, dingo or, like, Carolina mountain dog. Like, part wolf.
Oh.
Part not domesticated canine.
Huh.
Because there are canines that can
Oh.
eat chocolate and shit.
Lonnie's just gonna like reach over, grab her the leg, like not bothered by this, then ask Young
Rishi.
Lon's like,
Rishi, before as you pick up the leg to ask, Rishi, thank you for the 12 months of subbing. That's amazing, Rishi. You are truly at the you have a 1-year-old sub baby, and you know what? I hope that you are a proud parent because we are proud to have you as a member of this community. Shout out! Always happy to see representatives of the Malay Sato gang, who I play with on Tuesday nights for Conan Lift the Black Sails, which Severian is also present for. Alright. That all aside, we zoom back into the game. Lonnie, you were saying something about a leg.
yeah, Lonnie's just gonna take a piece of the leg and not bothered by this, and then ask Young Lon's like, you're knowledgeable about the Fae. Does a large owl mean anything to you?
Don Lon looks and says, a large owl. And he strokes his chin and he says, there are owl spirits associated with the various Fae courts. Why do you ask? And he seems to be like on the cusp of saying something, but he wants to he wants a little more information before he does.
I think this one doesn't quite. Right.
Lonnie.
Yeah, I think this one doesn't quite
his
like
name.
the Fae.
Just ask him with his name.
And
He's heard of such an owl.
And he thinks about it for a moment. He says, a Fae that does not seem friendly with the Court of Winter or Summer. And you say they take the form of a great owl.
That's what we saw. That's what we saw in there.
And the bodyguards are stanced up. And he says, well, as you are close friends in my confidence, I can confer with you what I must stress are unconfirmed reports. And he's sitting. He's also enjoying like a nice plate. He's munching on his salad. Oh my! You also started streaming Rishi. That's awesome. Yeah, I saw that. And he sort of dips a little carrot, eats it, and pauses for a moment, sips the lemonade, and says, I have received unconfirmed reports about an entity. A large owl, which seems to swoop in unexpectedly and depart in no way which can be traced. I believe that it had something to do with an incident somewhere in the south, involving a location known as the Eye in the Woods, or the Eye of the Woods.
Lonnie tries to keep like a poker face.
I believe that that incident was related to its plans in some way, but the only reports that I have indicate it as an entity of a great deal of knowledge and resources, and no known Fey affiliations, despite seemingly being Fey in origin. This proposes interesting questions about the nature of Fey that exists between the courts, because it adheres to the rules of precisely none of those.
Oh,
It doesn't
rebel.
seem to be a thing of our reality. Of course, there are magical explanations for all of this that would render it just a mundane spirit of some sort. But, based upon what I have heard, I have begun to develop another theory. And he kind of looks at you and says, was there anything strange about this owl, or what it knew, or what it wanted? You conversed with it, I assume? Or did it attack you? This is a hostile encounter.
I'm trying to remember what exactly he offered me that besides like, oh, I can tell you what you want to know and stuff like that. It just offered to.
Well,
It just offered to help us against the Fae. I think it also talked to Zion, but I don't know what that entailed.
Yanlong kind of looks expectantly at Zion.
Yes, the nice owl. It gave us a way out of that Fey place.
It helped us get into a particular Fey place.
Oh,
And reunite with our
Archfey
friends.
place.
Yeah.
Yanlong kind of like shares this. An Archfey place?
Oh yeah.
Could you describe that for me?
You know,
We never
giant
met
tree.
the Archfey.
A giant tree.
Had a forge in it too, with giants.
Forge with giants? That's peculiar.
They kept talking about a host for the dinner, although we couldn't find out who it was. We never saw them.
We never stayed long enough.
But you're convinced that you were in the presence of an Archfey, or the domain of one.
Mm-hmm.
These
No, that's what they said. At
was
least.
this a series of connected Feyways connecting various points? I mean, you mentioned a forge, but also a feast hall, and
Well, I don't think the Feyway connected to that guy's place.
but
Some of us got portaled away into it.
there was a place of great size with a huge tree and a forge and a place to dine, and it was all one continuous area. You did not have to travel between through tight passages of Feyway.
Nope, all one area.
He thinks, and he's like, there are precious few places along the Feyway that could meet that description to what we know, but the Feyway is a vast and winding place, and there are those who theorize that it is not the only place where Fey exist, although it is the only place that we have ever accessed, or that has ever accessed us. There is a theory spread by one traveling scholar. I believe they go by the name Treadfar, a tiefling of some providence who travels the land. They recently, they recently sent a letter to a wizard in town, speculating that this owl entity was a fae of another court. Now, that theory seemed absurd on its face to me. There are but 2 courts of the fae, but Redfar is not known for being wrong about such things, if unorthodox. What do you think?
Treadfart,
Tripper is
Is-
one of our friends.
yes,
Ah, you've made their acquaintance. Excellent.
a longtime friend.
Very good.
We studied
yes.
together.
Mm.
Who did they
A
speak
good
to in
friend of
town?
us.
And
Hiroshi.
Jan Lon says, they correspond with Ormethius.
Oh. The bundle
Yeah.
of fun.
Yes, they have a mutual interest in a particular field of demonology. Yes,
I'm gonna have to talk to him later.
yes. Well, and you eat and you drink, and as you drink, the beverage restores your hit dice fully. You are at full hit
Yeah.
dice by the end of the meal.
Oh, hey.
And also pleasantly buzzed with the taste of lemonade rich in your tummy.
It was that hard
second-
lemonade.
A second pig is brought, and you all chow down after. Orochi and Tento both fought Lumi for the snack, right?
Yep.
Nalon doesn't comment. He politely deigns to not comment.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying to fill that void those pancakes made a second time.
Yeah, so they provide. So you're well provided with food, and Yanlon says, "Well, regardless, I would encourage you not to get involved in any Fey plots, even if one of them appears to be trying to help you. It is almost certainly to ensorcel you in some endless game of what have you. Their
Oh.
ideas of morality, ethics, and the other are entirely alien to our own, and while I find them fascinating, it is best to keep them well at arm's length. We still don't even know what they were trying to do here, much less anywhere else."
So Taylor decides like, if only it was that easy, young Lon. If only it was that easy.
Indeed. Now then, there is the matter of the loaned equipment. You have done us all a great service. However, I did extend you these items with the understanding that they would return to me when the danger had passed. I think that we can agree that the primary danger is over. However, I am a man of generosity, and you are my friends and associates. I would let you take as your reward any one of the items that I have put in your care.
Ooh.
Is that one per person or just one?
Yes. One per
One.
person.
Okay.
You have to keep
Oh.
one of these
Really
items.
count as
Over a pig?
Let me count as a
We're gonna
person,
fight over
right?
this item.
No,
Let
Lumi
me
got
count
the
as a
pig.
person, right?
Lumi got the pig. That's what she got. I'm like, oh, that's so generous of you. Man, what do I pick?
I will
The one
return
grenade, right?
the repellent bolt launcher with the 4 remaining bolts.
You're gonna return that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You seem very fond of it. Be able to punch through doors.
He already does that. Or he already does that, sorry. Look, Ari does that. Whether it's successful or not is not his choice. What do I want to get back? Gosh, well, definitely giving it back to spheres, the Typhoon spheres. Now, do I want to keep the sniper rifle or the cool sword? Is the real question.
I kind of wish I used
maybe
the
the
cards more.
cauldron.
Jeez, the cards were fun.
What a hard choice.
You could choose that.
No, the healing items are better. I'm trying to remember which one's which.
I mean,
the-
The
Yeah, the snake and the thing that lets you heal on a reaction.
As
I
an
could-
additional dice. That's kind of actually.
If someone wants to keep 2 things, I can return both of my things.
Nah.
I'm in the same boat.
I'll keep my sniper, right? I'll keep the sniper rifle. Yeah, maybe I can make my own. Ooh, maybe I can make improvements.
Oh, maybe I can help.
Yeah, let's do it.
Don't
He-
break
he-
your magic weapons.
He will make you an offer, and when he sees you deliberating, he will say, "I would also be open to permitting you to purchase the those items to which you have grown attached beyond just your allotment. For friends, I would begin the consideration at I feel almost as though I'm opening myself to robbery here, but a mere 5,000 gold."
Man,
We should afford that.
we do
if,
we do
you
not
know, we were
carry
back
that
home.
much on us. I
Does
don't at
anyone
least.
have? Well,
And-
yeah,
and-
we don't
and-
have it all.
Well, he says you are representatives of the Shade of the Mountain, and you do have a treasury, yes.
Does
Yeah, I'm
anyone
trying to
know how
remember
much we
where I
have
put
in
that
treasury?
document. Where's the document?
Well, that is very
Resources.
These
generous.
are
of
very
you.
valuable magic items, Pat.
No, no.
okay? Also, he is a merchant at the end of the day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
No one is complaining about the prices. It's just I don't think we add that much.
You would say, assuming that you have in your company a treasurer or one equally suited to steward, perhaps, to Lord Morenlos to access the Shade of the Mountain's treasury, I would
We don't
accept, in part or total of the sum, a promissory note that the wealth would be physically transferred to me at a later date. Now, I am normally remiss to do that without a regular customer, but given that you are dear friends, I could be understand.
So Lonnie for
Oh.
sure would not keep track of the funds. If there's someone who actually thinks that they would be keeping track of the treasury funds, I can tell you how
yes.
much we have left.
That person dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you know? When the treasurer dies,
Yeah,
suddenly the purchases
I'm
get
looking at our
complicated.
Excel sheet and yeah.
Yeah,
Luckily, Roshi
out
doesn't
of
know anything.
character, we don't have enough.
We
In
spent all
character,
our
I
money.
don't know who knows that. So just saying.
Are you gonna write this man a bad check?
No,
Yeah,
no.
I don't know who in here would knows that, so we don't know that. But just our character, we don't have enough.
That don't keep track of the funds he's accumulated at least.
I will
Yeah.
say we did also a lot of them to like privately. So I don't know what
Personal.
your party funds are, but the group party funds, no.
We didn't do a whole lot of party fun type things. We kind of
Yeah.
split them per person.
Yeah.
You also spent a lot of the party funds repairing your
The
you know,
castle, yeah.
castle.
Yeah,
upgrading
that's
it.
where most of it went.
Yeah, so we just don't have enough.
Speaking of which, we still do owe, the colony
Oh yeah, some
Mhm.
trading
precious
stuff.
resources and stuff.
Yeah, you know what? We should probably hold off on buying expensive items.
You know who would actually care about setting up a trade relationship?
Kabancho.
And Morenlos.
To be fair, Kabancho the one that negotiated that too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not here or there. Roshi's not at fault or responsible whatsoever, so that's okay.
Hiroshi's also alive.
Yeah, so young Lon would basically, be happy to help, happy
So,
to
Casey,
hang out.
Do you
What?
want both your items? I could give mine up. I don't mind.
I don't know. Depends on how much you. So the two I'm actually looking at are the two healing items. So one just if with it ups the power of the spores. So like if I have Beacon of Hope up, it's 12 temp HP as a bonus action, which isn't bad. But no, I was gonna keep the reaction heal. So it's up to you guys.
Well, he's asking if you want both of them or not.
Well, the thing is, though, it kind of helps the party. So, it's just like, which do you think will help the party more? Whatever you have, or what I have, but I'm
Wow.
giving back the one that ups the spores. Which Lonnie's gonna like hold that up and like questioningly like I would return this, but I don't know how to detach it.
Detach the
And
snake.
Yanlon's like, ah, yes, there is a trick when it comes to tickling snakes. If you would, I can maybe demonstrate.
She's gonna hand over the staff
Well,
then.
Lonnie, close your eyes.
And Yanlon's like, well, then how will she see? And he sort of, he proceeds to tickle the snake a little, and it sort of like goes limp and uncoils, and then he hands you back your staff.
Oh, it's
And
just that
Lonnie
easy.
will return the cards as well and just double check with him like I'm allowed to keep the and she holds up the torque like this, even though you offered this payment as another deal.
So he offered it as payment for what?
If we went to go bring back some items of interest from the
Brass Eye Citadel.
yeah.
And Yanlon says, well, I do believe that I was going to give it to you when you returned with the goods for the other deal.
So
So you may...
that one's not on the table.
Well, I mean, he's basically saying, like, if you take it now, you're taking it now, and when you return with certain goods from the Brass Eye Citadel, I will be amenable to other items of value passing into your hands. And he kind of makes it, kind of looks at the Caedicus, at the little snake, as if though to say, you can get
Okay.
this. Instead, he's like,
Okay.
but yes, there will be renegotiation now that we've had this unexpected exchange. I was not expecting to have a changeling infestation crop up in town.
So yeah, Lonnie's gonna
Sir?
just nod in understanding and keep the torque then.
Yep. And Tento, you dropping any ducats on anything?
No, I am giving back the Typhoon Spears, the Pauldron, and the.
Broken
Ink.
pauldrons.
He looks
They're
at
not
the-
broken. They're
looks
just
at-
a little.
He looks at the
They're not
pauldron,
broken.
and it seems like he's like, I see they got good use.
Yeah.
Well,
little burns to their shoulders, but
as long as it kept you alive, that's what counts.
yeah. And I'm gonna. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
When you asked to ask questions for all of us to answers, did you really want to find out if I really swooned mermaids? That doesn't sound like something you'd be asking.
Yanlon chuckles, strokes his chin, and says, sometimes it's hard to know where the myth ends and the man begins. You've been described in many fashions, Tento. There was once a time when if I had heard you'd come to town, I would be battening my hatches, not letting you into my home. You're renowned as a thief, after all, and here I was, trusting you to return these loners as you have. You've shown me that you're a man of your word, but the legend ahead of you colors you another way. But your reputation has begun to change. I wanted to know how much of it was true and how much of it was... Oh, it's been known that one with gold can encourage the bards of the land to spread more favorable stories about heroic good deeds, spreading peace and defending the people rather than stealing for profit. I wanted to see what kind of man you'd become, what kind of man you were. And, curiosity sometimes gets the better of me.
Fair enough. Seriously. You're curious about mermaids?
Sometimes it is best to cut to the heart of the issue.
Alright. I hand him the stuff back.
You accept it. And what's the one you're keeping?
The dwarven sniper rifle.
Very nice.
Divine.
Gun.
The dwarvish divine discharger.
Yeah, he would let
The
you know.
3Ds.
So
You wanna-
you've spent one mag from it, right? And that's it.
Yeah.
He would say, he would hold up and say, "It is not beyond my power to refill this with captured radiant light, if it would be to your preference. You will not meet many with the capability to do so."
Yeah, and that's like, do you want to get some more ammo? Because
Yeah.
you know,
I
with our
would
advantage,
appreciate
you're gonna run
that.
out
Yeah,
very
he
fast.
gave you all the magazines he had,
Yeah.
but he can refill. He can refill the spent one.
I would appreciate that greatly.
All right. The Tento's returned. The Zion. Which one did you hold on to?
I held on to the Reverin bolt coils.
Very nice. You keep the bolt coils on. The bolt coils stay on during adventuring. Dangerous to go alone for fish fuckers, but Tento just said he's not a fish fucker. Pat.
No, he denied a mermaid. He didn't deny fishfucker.
Amazing. So, and Orochi, have you made your returns?
I look at Lonnie again. I was like, "Hey, Lonnie, do you want to keep the other stuff?"
Lonnie just
Yes, I have
shrugs.
the deck.
Okay.
I
so-
gave back the deck.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
But I guess I give back everything except for the harness. So I give back the Sworjon, the Dragon Tooth, the belt, and I keep the harness.
That dragon
Alright.
tooth was pretty cool though. Even though we
Yeah.
didn't get to use it.
No, he used it. He used it to
Yeah, dude.
eviscerate something.
Yanlon accepts
Oh,
it, counts
okay.
it up, and says,
Oh
"Very
right,
nice."
I didn't see half that battle.
Yeah, and he. Did you give back the Typhoon Spheres, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he puts it away and he says, "Well, I'm happy to continue to do further business with you, and I will be in touch with the forces of Lord Morenlos, and in the event that perhaps your fortunes should change in the course of the war, I'm more than happy to accept a note of promise from the Shade of the Mountain, an organization of which I am already, I assure you, speaking highly of to my friends, associates." You had dinner, and he's pretty full. You're pretty full, and he's basically offering to let you sleep in the room by his garden. You'll have some very comfy beds deployed during dinner, and there is like a faint teal gray all over that teal glow all over that was sort of, I believe, the result of his security system coming on. And he, douses that because the threat is largely past, and if an individual changeling comes around, he'll fuck him up. But yeah,
He will or we will.
well, I mean, his security methods, his security and bodyguards will. Yeah, he basically just says, "You are welcome to stay in my home at any time, my friends, and I will retire. It has been a long day for me as well. After some time, but I'm also happy to speak with you. It is he's probably going to be up for a few more hours because you walked around and stuff. It was afternoon. Now it's it's getting to evening, but not quite there yet. So you've still got time to do stuff, but if you just want a long rest, you could turn in now, get an early night's sleep, wake up early in the morning."
Is there anything I need to do to?
I'll go to Yanlon to do something before I go to bed.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yanlon would be chilling upstairs, and you are free to go there.
Yeah, I would meet up with him. I would say, Yanlon, you said you were very interested in my abilities and the things that I can do, things that people like me can do.
Indeed, you are of a rare type, my friend.
Well, I have to do this anyways, and might as well do it in your presence just to not scare you and to make sure and give you first-hand experience of what happens.
He looks very, very attentively like, ah, yes.
Um, so I'm going to spend a burn to charge one of my internal buffers.
Mm-hmm.
And the way this looks is, I mean, my wind starts picking up again, and same with electricity.
Mm-hmm.
But I start spinning the wind around me, and as I'm spinning the wind around me, I'm pulling the same kind of energy from my own body, having it rolled around in my hands, and then I place it back into my body, but into basically my stomach. But I look visibly like exhausted from this process of moving my own energy, my own burn, you know, without like exerting it outwards, but putting it back in.
He looks and he's like, fascinating.
As I'm still at max health.
And he says, I must say, it seems to be a trying process on your constitution. Is there an extended period of rest that you go through to cycle this strain, or?
Yeah, a good night's sleep usually helps. It feels like it's like going to the gym for 24 hours and then taking a nap. You're gonna feel sore, but you'll feel yourself.
Do they have gyms?
I see.
Yeah. You go do 24 hours of hard labor.
There you go.
And you come back.
Are there gyms in this world? Can someone go someplace get swole? Get them gains?
Yanlon nods and he's like, yes, I see what you're saying. There are gymnasiums in northern Albardia.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, northern Albardian Empire, but it's not in fashion down here. They have not yet learned about gains or protein powder or super creatine. So Yanlon is happy to watch. He seems to be internally taking notes, but he doesn't whip out a sketch pad. And he says, "I thank you for trusting me with this site. I know that it is not common to meet one of your abilities, and I wish you a swift and speedy recovery to full rested state."
Yeah, it's just a token of appreciation and gratitude since you helped us significantly.
Of course.
The gear you gave us definitely was a good part of the reason why we succeeded. Today for me, the past few days for you.
Indeed, I'm very glad that we have begun a healthy mutual association.
I also appreciate if you have any new information on either equipment or people that have similar abilities. I'm also interested. I must admit, I don't know anyone that is like me.
I will keep you informed if I should come across any news related to the Wave Burners, or relics associated with the ability. That harness is, I confess, the only thing in my possession that I think would be particularly useful to you, and I never knew much about its provenance. To be frank, I didn't expect to sell it to anybody because I didn't know anyone who could use it.
I'll appreciate it.
Yes. Although I can tell you that it was sold to me by an associate of a certain bounty hunter. I believe Senjen. I think she had some title like of the Thousand Blades. Anyway, someone who worked with her was some associate of hers.
Sounds so familiar. I think she's famous. She's famous, right?
Oh, she's very well known for pursuing high value bounties. I confess, I think Tento has one of those, but
Oh, maybe I'll ask him about it.
yes, well, I imagine by now he has some sort of letter of friendship from the rulers of
Tento sneezes.
of the provinces in which he travels, where he has friends. Although I imagine it wouldn't extend here.
I don't imagine it does either.
Yes, well, safe tidings and good luck to you, Orochi. Yes, I'll just be in my study an hour longer or so before retiring for the night.
Oh. Oh,
Proceed to go back downstairs.
So Roshi goes downstairs. What's everybody else up to? What's the gang engaged in?
I wanna talk to Lonnie.
Oh, you want to just do it like chilling in the house with the bodyguards all around, or do you want to do this like somewhere more private?
I'm assuming
I
we're all
mean,
in the
Lon-
room.
Yeah, Lonnie was gonna head to the room because Lonnie's
Yeah.
fucking beat.
Yeah, the room with the
Oh,
bed
hey
is to the
guys, you're
south.
still in the dining room? I
I assume we all.
and the sleeping quarters.
Where are
He
they?
does have a fancy pad, Pat. It's bigger on the inside with his
Where are the
newsboy
sleeping
walls.
quarters?
South.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they set up some beds.
Oh, it's just right here. Okay.
Oh,
And to the
yeah.
south is the door out to the garden, in case you wanted to walk
There's
around
still a
the garden.
Bushi. Oh, okay.
Gonna talk to Lonnie before we all go to sleep. Lonnie. I just want to say that I'm sorry about my snarky comment about you when you were trying to scry.
Oh.
I shouldn't have said anything like that. I know you're doing it because you want to be safe, and I'm sorry.
Scout, did you hit your head or something? You don't
You know-
usually do this.
Yeah, that's how I imagine that was gonna turn out. No, I'm trying to be better about, being. What's the word? Nicer? Yeah, let's go with nicer with everyone, because quite frankly, we're in a pretty shitty situation, and the last thing we need is to hold grudges.
Well, thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. One other thing. That mural that we saw in the Fae place, does that relate to you at all? They said it did.
I don't know.
Do you
It
really not
look-
know?
No. I mean, it's from what I hear, a lot of gnomes like, wacky hair colors and stuff. It could be any one, right?
Yeah. Do you- it could be. Do you
I
think
really
it
don't
relates?
know.
Do you think it relates to you?
You still have the black iron shard, right?
Yep.
Can I borrow it for a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you're the one that gave it to me. I don't mind giving it back.
Lonnie's gonna give Lumi a heads up before she pokes her with it.
Oh shit.
Do you go for the? Hold on, you're poking with it?
I'm poking Lumi with it. I'm drawing blood
Shit, with what?
with
The
the black
black iron
iron shard.
Lumi looks at you and like barks a little. And
I gave her a heads up.
and she kind of like looks at you like eyes staring in the eye of like some sort of like weird like dominant ritual going on, but she lets it happen. And you poke her.
Any oddly averse reactions? Any weird color blood?
Her blood is the same color it's been before, but she does seem
Indigo.
upset.
More upset than usual at a poke, or
But you basically say, hey, I'm gonna stab you, and stab the person.
Yeah, I mean like it's not green. She's not burning. it doesn't look like the reaction of somebody who's been struck with a black iron weapon, who is a
Okay.
fae. He mostly just seems very cross at you.
Lonnie hands it back to Tento, like, I don't know.
All right. That was Sloomy okay?
I don't know why she changed again.
She did change colors and got bigger. Wait, again? What do you mean again?
She was a normal wolf before.
You
At least
She was
that's
a-
what she says.
She sticks her tongue out.
I didn't know Lumi was normal. Anything. I thought she was just a mythical creature to begin with.
And I mean, I was normal too before. I thought some deity was the reason we're different, but I don't know. I guess the Fae are pretty powerful too, so I don't know. Maybe there is a connection. I don't know either. I don't like that they keep looking at me though.
Who? Everyone? Ah. I get funny looks all the time.
No, they keep
Right.
you hear the stuff that they call me. I don't know why.
Oh. That's what you mean. Oh. Well, if it makes you feel better, you always be lying to me, the weird little druid priest thing.
Bonnie kind of cracks a smile at that and gives Tento a thankful look.
And besides, whatever they call you, you're still Quindalani, so who cares? We'll find out. We'll always find out, right?
I don't know. I just sometimes think we get more questions than answers most of the time, but at least we're still here.
Yeah, that's what matters. Well, he stretches. It's getting late, and I think Hiroshi and Zion are doing something weird with each other, so I'm gonna pretend I didn't see anything and go to sleep now.
Bonnie's gonna pretend to not comment that I don't think it's actually that late, because we woke up at a weird, well, we came out at a weird time, but yeah, Lonnie's just gonna go to bed.
Dude.
Just gonna completely just ignore whatever they're doing. You're just like zapping and shit.
Zion and Roche, you're having the electro play conversation. So how did it feel?
I'm not zapping him because every time I use my power, a bunch of fucking wind and electricity come out of me. So I'm not trying to do that
Don't
while
care,
people are trying to
you
sleep.
know. Tentos doesn't judge here. He's just gonna be like, yeah, you know what? They if they have a thing, they have a thing. Who is he to judge? You guys do anything too weird? Take it in the other room.
Oh, but Tento, you should join us in this conversation.
All right, so
Nope.
Zion,
Involves you.
as you reflect upon how the zap made you feel, you do get an insight here, thanks to the Dangerous to Go Alone for Sexy Robots, that you feel as if though a non-damaging blast of lightning wouldn't be sufficient to charge the coils, because the coils have been made ruggedized against damage. However,
We're talking about his coils,
they
right?
were also made to be able to withstand, to be able to be mounted on any Warforged. if you made one that was, if you altered this to be more in tune with your precise body, you could upgrade it to be able to accept more, shall we say, friendly bursts.
I see.
Excuse me.
It's a nighttime thing, you know.
Is this okay for Twitch? Are you gonna get... hello, Twitch overlords. We're just talking about robots, nothing else.
Sadistic skin shifters. I don't think that anybody is playing a sadistic skin shifter in this game, Pat.
Roshi?
No, what? Why would you say my name for that? I don't know what you mean.
I don't know,
You
he seems
guys
pretty
never
sus.
tested me. Oh,
Oh my gosh, it's true. We've been duped. The humanity.
Oh, so that's why Kai made a different character.
It all makes sense now. It all makes sense now.
Alright.
But I'm ready for bed too. I'm fucking bushed.
Oh, a little exhausted after your run about with Zion.
No, I'm exhausted after saving your ass multiple times.
All the eloping.
Yeah, so you want to take
Thank
a
you, Pat.
long rest, everyone?
Please, oh my
Good.
gosh.
And remember that your very hard lemonade from Pat giving you all dangers to go once earlier means you're all the way up to full health hit dice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't want to do any spells before bed. Okay.
Alright, so everyone do all your long rest things. Set yourself up to full.
I have
gain
spells
resources.
again!
Ugh.
I will do one spell before bed.
Mhm.
I'm going to cast Arcane Lock on the jewelry box that I have. That's lined with lead.
Mhm.
Yes, that's it.
Wait, do we know what's in it?
There's nothing in it right now.
Okay.
You lock it up.
Just.
Actually, yeah. I'll keep it for now.
Want to say, on the crack of dawn, Tento is up and he is practicing Holy Breath in front of in the garden, because that seems like a nice place to practice.
Yeah, you're practicing in the garden.
Do you need help
some
hyperventilating?
Some guards see you, but you know, nobody really says anything because they're like, isn't that the renowned master thief? And then someone's like, isn't that the person who helped save the city? And they're like, I guess it all comes out in the wash.
Fucker.
Is that the round deep? Is that the person who saved the town? Fair enough.
Just one charge of that.
Hyperventilating. Man, that's what was fucking happening when he was hasted and he grew bigger.
Oh, if it... Question. On the cloak it says if it reaches 0 charges, it must roll a d4 to determine charge. Is that like as soon as it hits 0, or is that just the next long rest?
What does the item say?
3 charges. You can spend a charge as bonus action to gain glide speed of 30 for an hour. If it reaches 0 charges, must roll a d4 to determine recharge.
Then that'll only happen when it reaches 0 charges, which it's at, right?
Yeah. So it doesn't wait to the long, like, it doesn't wait to the normal recharge period to do
No,
that?
I think it waits for the long rest and then it triggers.
Okay.
So
Cool. So it's back at full.
back
Bless.
at full.
Lush.
All right, yeah. So you've got a fully charged Caperino.
Back at full.
Yes, Pat. Smooth jazz plays as Tento breathes in the garden, apparently splashed around in the pond.
In the water.
Yeah. So you are all pretty looking nice and pretty and healed up. And yeah, your temp HP is gone. Your HP is full unless your name rhymes with Tomoshi, and it's now
I wonder
time.
who could that be.
It's now time to awaken in the morning. Alan comes downstairs, followed by some bodyguards, and he's like, "Ah, yes, good morning." I see Tento is keeping busy. Very good.
Yep. I hope he's not doing any property damage. I apologize ahead of time if he is.
Oh, it seems he's just practicing his breathing techniques. Always a good sign. To wield the pure melds is not a common ability. It's a technique that demands the utmost perfection and dedication and training. I confess, rumors about his mercurial nature led me to doubt that he was truly a practitioner, but, well, I haven't seen him do it with my own eyes, but I've heard reports.
That dude gets a lot of reports. He's got ears everywhere. That is scary.
Does he have a little bird come to sing the morning report?
I hope so. That sounds amazing.
Well, I guess we're gonna go meet the mayor. Mayor?
Yep.
Speaker of the town.
And he's like, "Yes, I have arranged, and I'm given to understand that he has a bit of a breakfast ready for you. And if you have a need of other provisions for your journey, do let me know. But for the moment, I think that you should be fairly well equipped for your trip through the mountains." And he sees you off, and as do his bodyguards, and when all is said and done, you're all popped back out on the street. Unless anybody was hang back to say anything in particular to him.
Do we leave Tento behind in the garden?
No.
Roll 20 is just being slow.
Lonnie's also just gonna return the staff to him.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had this. Thanks.
You have a staff?
Stuff
staff-
tied.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant to Yanmon. I'm like, wait, when did you get a staff? That staff. Okay.
There's some guards
Was
are
it-
milling about outside his house. They look at you. And you do see Ormethius floating outside of the house and kind of like directing people who are picking through the rummage, and also the giant stone pillars that have cracked it. They're sort of, rummaging through things, stabbing the occasional bit. The ditching isn't there anymore. Stabbing at the occasional, bush that looks at them funny. But overall, like the front of the place is burned down, and the grabby stones are no longer grabbing, and it seems like the place is more or less derelict.
That's
Prometheus sort of,
good.
floats towards the back and observes.
Which direction are we going again?
South.
I don't know.
South, gotcha.
South into the heart of town.
Well, did we want to talk to?
You even see some hobgoblin commoners coming and going, carrying pitchers of water and such.
I don't think
Do-
Prometheus is gonna go anywhere, but it sounds like the mayor already had something set up for us,
Mm-hmm.
so we should probably go there first.
You think it's going to be like a 20 minute to a half hour walk to reach his place for breakfast?
What the? Why are we walking so far? I'm like,
Do we walk everywhere? We usually just walk everywhere. Where have you been?
Kind of in a walk everywhere society.
Scion, can I hop on your shoulder?
Oh, yes, sure.
Cool. I climb up. Okay.
Alright, you are mounted on Zion. On
Onward!
Zion's shoulders. It's kind of awkward with the coils, but you managed to get your legs between the head and the coils. You wonder what would happen if they had lightning dancing around them.
Ah, yes. Good idea. I cast Gust.
Wait, what?
Alright, so the party proceeds through the town in this formation. Tento riding Zion, Lonnie riding Lumi.
Roshi's riding air. Aha.
And Lumi, are you still...
And Zion's riding its own 2 feet.
Lumi, important question. Are you still wearing the vestments of a priestess?
Yeah.
I see. Ow! I
What the
see.
fuck? Is that a sneeze?
Powerful sneeze.
I really wish I
Really
could
talk
change
about
my
it.
token art. I can only change like my icon.
Aw.
Oh, for the toggle.
Yeah, if only. Oh well.
Oh, well. Alright, so you all travel, and before long, you exit the south. You find yourselves before a great hall. There's a stone base and wood built up off of it. It's about, 10 feet off the ground from the buildings around it, which are sort of cleared. And there is a small, not walled area, but cleared out area. And you've seen battle lines before, and it seems like an area that is strategically and tactically cleared out in the event of it needing to be defended. And it also looks like it's got archery positions up top.
Oh, this place looks friendly.
But it otherwise it sort of looks like a hall that one might enter. And yeah. So dynamic lighting, daylight mode, save settings, bam, done. Yeah, when you enter inside, there's a trickle of daylight, but it just feels like the place is sort of darker than a normal hall would be, with the occasional brazier keeping it well lit. In some places. You ride in, you see that there are some guards to greet you. They stand to either side as if they were expecting you, and permit you to pass. At the far end of a darkened central chamber, you see Darka. There's usually Knack. Knack is the mayor. Darka is the more local word for mayor, but people would sort of say mayor because that's the common word for it. In Dicebrak. And
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah, he seems to be an old bugbear with a very worn face, and bits of his fur just don't grow anymore. It looks like he's taken terrible gouging wounds and been burned in some places. But he also has very fine clothing on. He's got an elaborate blue with gold embroidery cloak with a fine metal, gold, and blue gemstone, clutch. And he's got, very fine, loose tunic on. And he's also got, he has near him a fine chapeau. A hat that would not be amiss on a Vorus bugbear. You need some moisturizer? Well, moisturizer just refill in the cavity. Anyway, but yeah, you see also the table is laid out by some hobgoblin commoners with glinting silvered trays. It's kind of hard to see. It's where he's sitting, sort of bathed in red light, but it's kind of hard to see in here in terms of the lighting.
Even with,
I don't
people
have-
with dark vision, or
I was like, I don't have dark vision.
Well, you might notice as you look around, the hobgoblins and the goblins have, sort of a golden glint to their eye. In terms
see it.
of Knack, you don't know if he has dark vision or not, unless you would know whether or not bugbears have dark vision for some reason. But you've hung around with lots of bugbears at night, so perfectly reasonable to have figured that shit out.
Tento's like, yep, can't see anything, but I don't need to. I'm on. I got Zion here.
Oh, I also can't
Are you
see.
still writing?
Yeah, I'm writing. I'm
Important to note
writing
that
my.
while it is kind of dim, it's not so dim you can't see. It's just dim enough that you'd have
Dim.
disadvantage to find a sneaking person or something like that, or make a ranged attack. And there's also these red braziers that are burning to your north. Oh wait, hold on. Can you literally not see on this map?
No. We can see. We can see the map.
Okay, I didn't know because I had set the dynamic lighting a little. I set the dynamic lighting on this map, right? No, I didn't. It's
Tento's
No, there's not.
Tento's gonna scan the room.
Yeah, you scan the room. You do notice there's a golden glint in Knack's eye as well. Roll me a perception disadvantage unless you have some way to penetrate the darkness. And to clarify, you do ride in the front door on Tento's shoulders. I mean, on Zion's shoulders, right?
yeah, on Zion's shoulders.
You get the door smack on the head.
Yeah, you get. Oof. Yeah, you look around. You can tell that Darka, or Knack. Sorry, I keep fucking up with his title. His name. Knack is sat cross-legged on a fine cushion, and he seems to already be helping himself to some of the grapes, but he has not yet touched the omelets that have been prepared. There's omelets. There is a leg of ham, well cut, and there's also fresh berries mixed with greens. And there is a pitcher of clean water, and there's a pitcher of something that even from here smells like something you pour on paint to get it to come off a wall.
Ew.
And like strong alcohol, very strong fucking alcohol.
Okay.
You see in his cup, he's mixing it. He's watering it down in his own cup, and he's drinking. And he sort of salutes and says, "The shade of the mountain arrives. It is a pleasure to receive you." And he kind of gives a flourish with his hands, and his arm movements are those of a man who is not used to courtly life. The goblin skulkers kind of like snigger a little when they see Tento riding Zion, but say nothing. And everyone seems to have sort of a golden glint in their eye. They don't seem to be particularly disturbed by the lack of light because they all have dark vision. There's nothing.
Curiosity, who in our party has dark vision?
You can tell that there's like doors.
I do.
There's like doors.
Oh wait, am I the only one now?
No, I just do.
There's doors around, and there's there's hobgoblins, and there's like they're standing around like, yeah, it's a dimly lit room, but it's still lit, and they don't personally
And
give a
we're-
shit.
Are we at like the mayor's place, or are we at some breakfast place?
You entered the mayor's hall. You entered the
Okay.
seat of governance of the town, and the door does slide back a little in the back to reveal a human commoner who just very carefully brings out an extra pitcher of water and then goes back, and you can tell that he's just his eyes have adjusted over time, probably.
Probably.
If he has some other way of seeing shit that you don't, then Pat before me. I'm not sure what the before me is reference to, but yeah. So, what are y'all doing as you come in?
Has everyone here been tested?
And Darka would gesticulate to the eastern door. The Goblin Skulker pulls it open, and you see like a waft of some sort of smoke, and you smell cooked eggshells. And everyone sort of like stands stoically. And Knack says, "Yes." He says, "But," and he gesticulates, and Hobgoblin Bushi here stabs his own hand with a black iron dagger very clearly, and then kind of like gesticulates for you guys to come up.
Why is everyone stabbing this? They know that they don't have to actually stab themselves
The-
with it.
Yeah,
I
there's
thought
nothing
the
just,
Metal.
you could just hold it.
eggshells were enough too.
Knack
maybe
says,
sorry.
Knack says, "I don't know anything about such wizardly precautions, but if you'd be so kind as to go along with heightened security." He kind of smiles at you, but he doesn't seem to be saying that that's an option.
Alright, I'll walk up.
All right.
With Tento on my shoulder.
Yeah.
The Goblin Bushi looks for a break in your armor, sees that there not
I
one.
mean, I'll just take the dagger from him.
So he tries to poke you with it, and then you try and take it from him.
I mean, I can poke myself with it.
The Goblin Bushi says, "Yeah, that's not going to be necessary. Anyway, this one's clean. Next."
Ah, yes, heightened security right here.
He points at Tento, and he's like, "Come over here. Let me give you the jab."
Yeah. I'm just gonna take out my own black iron weapon, just grab it. Don't stab me.
He's like, "How do I know that's real black iron?"
How do I know yours is real?
He's like, "Well, I've been tested around a whole bunch of other people who've been tested.
And I have too.
Yeah,
You have
but
a real vaccine.
this is our place. Come on." No need to make a problem out of this. I'll give you a cheeky slap on the forearm.
Whatever. I let him do it.
He presses the
I
blade
smacked
to you a
Tento
little.
on the shoulder. I was like, just cooperate.
Yeah.
I'm always cooperative.
He touches the blade to your side. Nothing happens, and he looks back at Knack, and Knack shrugs and says, "Good enough." And they wave on Tento and Zion, and then the Hobgoblin Bushi kind of looks expectantly at Lonnie. Looks kind of worriedly at Lumi, and isn't giving too much attention to Orochi. Although he does begin to notice like the chitin and stuff, and he's trying to not stare because he doesn't want to be impolite, or more appropriately because he wants to appear stoic. But you can tell he is realizing that you're maybe not a regular human. And what,
right.
Orochi, how do your eyes look?
Yeah, I guess I have the same glint as everyone else.
Yeah, they're like, what's up? And Tento continues to ride Zion, and the Hobgoblin Bushi tries to prick Lonnie. Lumi kind of growls and is like, "Whoa, the wolf gonna be a problem?"
No, the halfling's more wild than the wolf.
Only
Yeah, I
if
am.
you, only if you give a reason for there to be a problem.
From the back, a goblin says, "Nah, how come we never have our wolves inside the house?" And Nick says, "Huh, funny," and doesn't seem to give a reason. And the Bushi pokes Lonnie, and it bleeds red. She's fine. Tries to test Lumi. Lumi's not really down to be poked by a stranger. Kind of holds the blade against her.
Lonnie
It's
gives
enough.
no indication that Lumi should be down for it.
And with you two tested, it's just down to Orochi.
Yeah, I grabbed the blade and show that I full contact, not
Okay, so
about to get poked.
okay. So
Jesus.
you grab the blade, and in response, he swiftly pulls it back, cutting your palm. Give me a dex save. Yeah, so
the
you
worst.
narrowly evade your hand getting slit like in a bad way. You sort of get like a paper cut, and he sort of because no more wise ideas. And he steps back and says, "He's clean." And then he's
Yeah.
Again, I don't understand
Yeah,
why
Rishi.
all of you are stabbing yourselves to do this. You don't need to stab to test it.
Knack said, "I apologize. The wizards came by and were very insistent on stringent safety precaution. You understand? And I mean, you didn't have green blood, so what's to worry about?" Commoner steps back, and there are plates set with the meal, some fine omelets, water, hooch, and
At this point, Tento hops off Zion and takes a seat. And starts eating, because this shit looks good.
Yeah, the omelet is quite delicious. It's got meat chunks, it's got onions, it's got all sorts of it's got garlic in there. It's very nice yolky. Just good egg overall. Folded and cooked at the right time, temperature. Like good omelet. 10 out of 10
Perfect.
omelet. 5-star omelet.
What? That's what I want to hear.
There's ham off to the side. There's a bowl of berries, and Knack can treat you. Eat. And Lonnie, what are you and Lumi up to?
Very good.
Yep. So you I'm presumably you partake of the meal, and he's like, excellent. Now then, I'm very happy to receive delegates from the Shade of the Mountain, companions of the great Lord Morenlos. I hear his armies are soon to deliver victory to our rightful heir. Yes, I have often said that it's a shame what happened to her mother, and it's amazing that Koza Gedek lives. I mean, yes, Hank here can tell you, I always used to say, if Koza Gedek were still alive, I'd strike the banners against 10,000 enemies on my own, with but the jawbone of an ass. And the commoner says, yes, sir, my name is Crank. And he's like, yes, yes, Hank. Now more hooch, Hank. And he's like, yes, sir. And he's like, ah. And we lost.
Oh, Phil died. That's why.
Oh no.
Casey will be back.
Lost Casey. We are like 3 minutes away from a 10-minute break. So did she give any indication of how soon she'd be back?
No.
No. Maybe we should just take the break now.
That's what I'm thinking, honestly.
Yeah.
So break on for 10 minutes. We will see you all at 10:40 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for coming out. You said before long. Yeah, fools, we're the goddamn mess. Exactly. Thank you all for coming out, and we will resume our adventures shortly.
See you guys back when we come back.
Mm-hmm.
I am departing, soon to be departing. Wow. Hey, gamers.
Hello.
By the way, it sounds like there's like something like a. It's going like every once in a while.
Like static?
It just stopped. I think someone muted themselves.
Yeah, might be me.
It could be a. Do you have like a fan that goes like that?
My fan's currently only making fan noises. Might
At
be
least-
the crickets in the back.
maybe. But your bike
It
is
was-
picking up something almost constantly, Kai.
Oh,
Those fucking crickets.
Because in the corner of the OBS Ninja, you can see the like the green dot when someone's talking. That thing's like constantly flickering. But I mean, I don't know if that's actually you or not. Your mic's picking up something, maybe just small. So are we all back?
You see here?
We don't have Casey yet, so. Oh, speak
I
her
love
name
when-
and she shall appear.
No, apparently, even though I say, like, hey, this is the input source, Ninja decides to be like, oh, you chose no input source, right?
Damn, that's crazy.
I mean, yeah, that's what it saw, right? No input choice, right?
No important choice, right? Well. I may just be a humble rural Leland, but I think the 10-minute break is well and over. Would all assembled here agree?
What are you saying?
Well, with the eyes have it, now let me strike my gavel and declare this session has returned from our adjournment and is in order. Now then, you sit about the long, low table in the darkest hall of Verziwa, and before you the mangled face of the faintly dressed bugbear Knack does glower in the darkness happily as you partake of a fine breakfast meal with good omelet, ham, clean water, hooch, and fresh boiled berries. As it proceeds, he does say at length, "Oh yes, so you know me, always gunning for Kozakadak, fighting for the chance to avenge her mother's death and join her side. And you know, it would mean a lot if she could know that, coming from people like you, someone like me. Really, ever since I was a wee miner, and I mean that both in the sense of being very young and mining." Was on her side, for sure. And he does seem to... I'm hearing mad crinkles off someone.
Sorry, that's me.
Okay? I was just like... It was overpowering everything else I was hearing. So yeah. Yeah, he's just brown nosing. I think like half of us are muted at this point, Pat.
Sorry, I'm eating.
It's all good,
Um,
gamers. No, you're eating in character too. This is immersion, immersive mukbang.
Tendo's gonna wait until like he's done like just like talking to say something
Yeah, I mean, he sort of
as he rambles on.
he rambles for a bit, but then leaves room for you to say something.
So, what are we doing here again?
Sorry, that was my bad. I thought I was muted. We're here to talk about. Oh, sorry, in character or out of character?
In character.
Okay.
I asked, was like, so, what are we here for again? Something about negotiations or whatever.
He's like, ah, yes, well, we've obviously, declared in favor of your movement. The heirs of Osor came by, and I gave them my, loyal word of support, and we were expecting a higher placed representative in the movement. I'm given to understand Lord Morenlos commands the rebellion's forces in the west, and you are all his close companions, so it's a pleasure to meet with you, and convey my greatest thanks for him in liberating this region from tyranny and ending the presence of the heel and the eye.
What do you want?
Oh, I'm simply here to offer my support and ask that you bring word to Morenlos that I am a very firm supporter of his cause. Now then, what can Verziwa do to help your righteous movement and whatever you may personally be doing here in Verziwa, which I assume is rebellion related?
I don't know. What do you have to offer?
Oh, well. We have, a few people around. He chuckles, and everybody else kind of like does that force. He's basically says, I have some people who are loyal to me, who are no strangers to a fight, and Verziwa still pulls ore out of the ground. That and other resources can be directed in the right direction. There are also fertile lands, which pay their taxes to me. We can ensure that that's passed along the supply train to keep your armies fed. Of course, all of this is about becoming better partners together. So, I'd be happy to reach an arrangement with you, but Jan Lon didn't say anything about what you're doing or where you're going, but he did mention that you might be in want of more provisions or climbing equipment. We can outfit you with either easily.
How much do you know about the Brass Eye?
The Brass Eye Citadel?
Mm-hmm. Bless you. Ooh, bless you.
Oh shit, also, can anyone get the Twitch page to load right? It's saying there was a network error.
Let me load up the Twitch page. Because I just had the chat open. Chat's
I
okay.
don't know. It's still up for me.
I think my laptop lost internet for a second. That's a worrying sign, but we continue. So what were you saying, Darren?
I asked him what he knew about the Brass Eye.
Oh yeah, the Brass Eye Citadel. Ugly thing. Tall, kind of phallic shaped. Kind of thing someone would make if they were maybe kind of insecure, if you know what I'm saying. The tip opens up, and hey, this weird winged beast's coming out of it these days. To be frank, there have been some things running amok in general that I think might have been coming out of those labs. I know the Eye uses it. We try to not have too much business with them around here, and yeah, so I've kept my nose out of it. But everybody knows that that's where the Eye operates out of in the West, and the strongholds haven't been put down that represent, you know, the stronger federated authority of Cathodak. It's probably the last real bastion of the current regime's authority in the region.
Do you have any way to help us get in?
Well, before I was a bear, I was a miner. The miner most of my
Wait,
life.
what?
I was a miner most of my life. Like my father before me, and my mother before me, and my older siblings before me, and my younger siblings after me. Yeah. Long days in the mine, filling up ore. Sometimes you get to talking, real casual like, about history, stories, the ghosts of the ones who never came out, collapse, the old stakes, forgotten places, the prospector's demises. I heard tell of a certain emptied shaft that had been taken over by the Eye, used to drill a hole somewhere, and, well, nobody came back alive.
Oh. That sounds like a place we want to go to.
Yeah, well, nobody knows where the end of it is on account of they killed everyone involved in digging. But I know where the mine's head is, and I know a quick shortcut that'll get you there. I doubt most do.
Sounds good enough to me. As he takes another bite of whatever's in front, as Tento takes another bite of
Alright.
whatever's in front of him.
You're gonna need to make your way through Troll Skull Hill.
Are there trolls there?
Well, sometimes.
Huh. Only sometimes, okay.
Anyway, they don't hang out under the hill. At least I don't think they do. Troll Skull Hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you come upon the first bend you'll need to, for a ways, follow the river, and after that it forks in a few places. You'll come upon a bend with two turns and a shallow cave. Take the right bend. The left will take you on a winding trip around. Once you go around Troll Skull Hill, you'll have to make your way through the barrows. Once you make your way through the barrows, the path loops up and around, and then there's not quite a path anymore. And it'll be quite the mess to make it back into the valley. Take the way under Troll Skull Hill, though, and you'll be right out there. But it'll be a simple walk to reach the entrance to the tunnels that'll take you in to the Brass Eye Citadel.
Well, that was very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. And there's one other thing I can offer you. And he whistles and he says, "Hank, the bird." And Hank or Frank, emerges,
Yeah, so say that's not his name.
and he's got a bird. He's got like a glove on his fist, and he's got a bird on his wrist, and he says, "Yes, this is one of my birds. I took a fancy in them back in the mining days."
Oh. Just make sure we don't die slowly. Gotcha.
Yeah, they're called Kogels. This one I call Bessie.
Of course he does.
Anyway, my Bessie here. She's one of my finest Kogels. Sharp nose. If she starts a sneezing, you can be sure there's something dangerous up ahead on the winds.
Oh. Come here, Betsy. What?
She kind of looks at you, and she's not really interested. But he's like, here. He throws you a sack of something, like a coarse burlap sack about the size of a dice pouch. Got a simple string on it. Inside, you see some seeds. And he says, wild seeds are the Kogel's diet. Offer him some.
I offer Betsy some seeds.
Bessie, unhooked from her Jesse on the glove, flies over, hops over, and eats the seeds right at the table. He's like, so you got the knack for it. Give me an animal handling, Tento.
Okay.
Yep, was waiting for this.
I've tamed several animals.
Yeah, the Kogel, he's eating it right out of your palm of your hand, no issues. So he says, yeah, keep
Good
Bessie with
Kogel.
you. She'll help. And, we'll get you up with some nice victuals. A little drink for the road. Climbing kit you might not have. And, yeah, we got one of those maps lying around, don't we, Hank? And Frank says, yes, my mare. Yeah, well, what you waiting for? And he's like, oh, of course. And he comes back with what is clearly like a carbon rub of a map that he was not actually going to give you the original copy of. But it's good enough. And it shows the passageway that you guys were more or less planning to take in finer detail. And it shows like the hills and valleys north of Ruziwa. Not all the way to the Brass Eye Citadel, but pretty close. And it says, you won't find a more accurate map, and to be honest, we don't exactly hand out this kind of information. We don't want rogue prospectors getting around, so if I'd take it as a personal favor if you didn't let that get in anyone's hands who was not, friends of Ruziwa.
Of course, I'm sure Morelos appreciates you helping us so much too.
Of course. Do let him know that he's welcome to come by any time, and that I give my regards to the whole of Shade of the Mountain. And he's made his offers, and he basically wanted to, he wants to get in good with Morelos, and he wants to get in good with the Rebellion and Kozagadek. So he thought that you guys would be a good way to do that, and he's given you a nice breakfast, and he's given you a bird and a rubbing of a map, and that's gonna give you advantage on any survival tests to navigate in the near hills of Ruziwa.
Yay!
Yeah, so other than that, if you'd ask him for anything, you might muscle it up, but he'd just say, I hear the heirs of Osor have the place sieged out. I don't exactly have anyone to send out a full army capacity, but I do have a few soldiers I could send to the front or any other location. Where do you think they'd be most needed?
I don't think we need any extra soldiers, do we? What would that do for us?
I don't remember the health of our ranks, but it is always like good to get more soldiers. honestly.
Oh, okay.
You could send them to your main force. You could send them to reinforce the heirs of Osor sieging the Brass Eye Citadel.
I think reinforcing the Brass Eye Citadel is a good idea.
All right, so Tento says that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
agree.
That's-
Yeah,
Okay.
he looks around. He's like, I take it. I can take this as the word of the Shade of the Mountain.
Yes.
And he's like, all right. Skrank. And Goblin comes up. He's like, who? And he's like, Skrank, take the boys. Get them all suited up. Send them round to the Brass Eye Citadel. Let the heirs know that their fellow rebellious friends in Braziwa send their regards. Understand? And Skrank's like, whoo, you're putting me in command of the fuck gang. Ooh. And Knack says, yeah. Don't let your head get as big as your wolf. Now get out of here. And he's like, whoo, right away. I'm in charge. And Skrank hops off, clicking his heels.
Well, they're dead.
Roshi, don't be rude.
Oh.
They don't need to know that.
Knack laughs
Oh.
and says, war is hell. Who's to say who can live and die? I always say that life's about living it to the fullest while you've got it. That's why
That's
I live
nice
so
mentality to
well.
have.
He claps his belly.
I guess it's better than being a miner.
Oh yeah. I mean, being a miner was hell. All the collapses and the death and the lung diseases. Yeah, terrible stuff.
Well, we appreciate your hospitality and your help, but we should get going.
Of course, they're busy people. Do send my regards to Morenlos and all. Kozakadek, you should see her. Do let her know I am her most loyal subject.
But of course.
So yeah. Does anybody else anything that they want to say with Knack or like talk about?
Not particularly.
Sure. All right. Is there any place else you want to go in town?
Is there anything relevant in town that we should visit?
I mean, they said they're gonna provide us with like climbing kits and provisions, right?
Yeah. They give you about a week's provisions and they give you climbing kit.
Do you want to find your drunk friend, Roshi? the old guy you were talking to outside the bar?
Yeah, I was just talking to someone. Do you not make friends with, the town you're in?
Amazing, Pat. God, this was a good omelet. Let the chef know I'm their most loyal customer.
Usually I try to avoid contact when I'm in towns. Because, wanted.
Speaking of which, I wait until we are like outside
Yeah.
to continue this. But once we're outside, I'll continue the conversation. Like, speaking of which, so Yanlon mentioned about the previous owner of this harness, and I pull a tag. This is property of Senjin.
Well, he said you said a companion of Senjin, the person who sold it.
Okay.
But yeah. Apparently, this equipment was of a companion of Senjin, and are you being hunted by a world famous bounty hunter?
I thought he
Yeah.
already gave you a rundown of everything.
He missed that.
Oh,
He
yeah.
forgot about that bit.
I don't know.
I mean,
Did you
Like,
forget
there's a
about
lot
it, or
of
did
names
Tento
at
leave
one
it out?
point. I don't think it was Tento like super open about being hunted down.
yeah. You know,
Tento well known for transparency.
yeah. But,
You endangered everyone.
I-
Like that.
I didn't think Sword Saint was gonna come after me, if that's what you mean. Not like I did on
okay, so you
purpose.
didn't know about it.
No, until she found us, like, hey, I'm gonna take you in. They're like, oh, okay, that's not good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of all the people that chase me, she's the scariest.
Lonnie wants to insight that.
I mean, are you lying, Tento? Roll me either deception or persuasion, depending upon whether you're telling the
No,
truth.
he's not lying about that. He genuinely,
Alright,
he genuinely fears.
I figured, but you don't exactly have the cleanest record with this, so.
Roll me a persuasion against that against that persuasion. Insight on persuasion to see.
Okay. I rolled a 13.
Well, he convinces you better than you insight him, which I guess in this case means that you think that he's telling the truth. He's also got that charming Tento air about him that's a little bit mischievous.
Lonnie hopes he's telling the truth, and that's probably adding to his charm. It's like, please let there be no one scarier than Sunjin after us, please.
After all this.
Yeah, so...
Oh, wait. Let me rephrase that. She's the scariest I am aware is chasing me. Because, you know, bounty hunters, they take time. Hopefully no one else will chase me. Technically I'm pardoned, but we'll see how many people listen to that.
Well, it's worth noting that you have a legal letter that says that in Clan Tessin, unless Rio or Akari Tessin say otherwise, you are legally forgiven for past crimes. But that's
Past
only
crimes?
good.
In Clan Tessin.
That's only good in
Yeah,
Clan Tessin territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, one is Clan Tessin, two, Clan Tessin, I'm pretty sure is also pretty split, like they don't exactly have the best reputation everywhere, and three, past crimes.
Does Lonnie say that out loud?
No, I'm just listening that, like,
Reasons that Al could go horribly wrong. Yeah, you know. Well, it's not like, you know, we all have our fans and hunters.
Ah, is that what you call them? The people trying to brutally murder or capture you.
Oh, you know all
Yes.
about it too.
yeah, I don't think fans is the best term.
Look, it makes them less scarier, right?
Okay, whatever floats your boat, man.
Yeah, I'm not too thrilled with Sword Saints chasing me. Probably one of the few things I try to stay away from.
Not exactly heartening that she came back from the dead either.
Yeah, that too.
Oh,
Oh,
so how many more of these people do you know of? There was Kabansho and now the Sword Saint. You got a list of people that just come back from the dead?
Lonnie looks surprised that Tento told him that.
What?
maybe
I just give her like a what? I gave her a rundown.
oh. Kabancho came back from the dead?
Maybe we should be talking about this in the open.
You're like
Lonnie's just like looking around.
you're like 20 feet out from like the hall's entrance.
Yeah, we're not yelling.
We got
we're
5 foot
fine.
of isolation. We're good.
You wanna maybe like get on the road since you've got your provisions.
Yeah, let's
and
get on the road.
everything? Yeah.
Lonnie, it's
We-
fine.
I'm just going to say that not everyone's going to celebrate every person coming back unexplained as a saint.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
it's
technically, it was
unnatural.
explained. Wasn't she like some, I don't know, some weird like avatar, or whatever? I don't know, champion of someone now. She's got a different
why
title
didn't
now.
he just... Why didn't Kabancho just do it again?
Lonnie's trying not to look at him. Lonnie's like, I'm just gonna, Lonnie's just gonna walk ahead a little bit.
I would like to know that too, but I guess it doesn't work like that. No, he's trying to be nicer. It's complicated, Zion. And I was like, weird people.
Yeah. Guess he's
It's
dead
not.
now.
Yes, Zion, thank you.
It's a miracle he came back for the first time.
So,
Mhm.
after this awkward moment, we're gonna go on the road.
Yeah, so it is time for a journey, an overland journey through some very broken hill country. It's gonna be hell to get through some of the stuff, but you have you have 2 points of relief. One of them is you know of a shortcut that can get you past some of the major cliff areas, and two, there's the river up until then. You can keep following the river. Would you do that?
That takes us to the shortcut?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
I would want to follow the river.
Cool. The river is a very clear, obvious sign. The only thing you really have to do. It was okay. If Lonnie wants to, she can play the songs and do March Setter.
Are we? It sounds like we're kind of trying to stealth. Am I wrong?
Yeah. From here on, I don't think we should be making noise.
It'll also
Mhm.
kind of echo across, like the hills and little mountains and cliffs and such. So okay, you are gonna you proceed north. Whoever's the Pathfinder, roll me your survival with advantage, because you got the chart, and also your little friend Bessie kind of like plucks at your ear, Tento, but she mostly is sort of
What
like
was-
stays on your shoulder.
Are we keeping
What
the
was
same
the
rules
thing
last
that
time?
what was the thing that Tyr did? What type of roll
I think
did he
that-
make?
He was the.
Rear guard?
Yeah, but what kind of roll did you make to cover our tracks?
I think that was a stealth
Uh,
roll.
Yeah, I think I just did stealth.
And yeah, use the same overland travel rules as normal, but you're not counted as doing mountain climbing yet.
Does
there's-
would my cloak help with the covering up tracks?
It'll cover
Because
your
it helps
tracks.
with stealth rolls.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
So
Okay,
should I,
I
be
guess I'll take Tyr's
Pathfinder?
roll.
Okay. Or do we want to sneak around? Does anyone else want to be
You-
Pathfinder?
You usually are a scout,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so unless
last
someone
time-
else wants to take scout.
Last time we did overland travel, the roles were I was Pathfinder, you were Scout. We didn't have a stealth, we had a March Setter, and Zion was rear guard, if I remember correctly.
Or should I act as the guide?
And an important note: do you choose to travel along the eastern or the western bank of the river?
Eastern,
Sure.
because the thing is to the east.
Wait.
Should
Okay.
I be the...
I keep getting Eastern and Western confused. I'm like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense.
How about I guide this time? Or no. Guide ensures the group is not detected. That's what Lonnie's doing. I guess I'll just scout. Does anyone else want to hold the bird?
Well, Lonnie's making sure people don't follow your tracks.
Yeah, that's what the guide. I'm assuming that's what the guide is.
Yeah, the
This
guy
is-
doesn't
She's
stealth
not-
check
But
No,
she's
no,
not
that's a
doing
rear
anything-
guard job.
She's not doing anything to ensure you don't get seen. She's
Oh,
doing something to ensure that
Yeah.
someone have tracks to follow you.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll just scout ahead. I'll hand the bird to Lonnie.
All right.
She can talk. She can talk to it.
All right. So everybody, if you've decided upon your roles, maybe throw them in chat.
Oh
and-
wait, guide is also stealth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess Lonnie will do that instead of rear guard because I forgot we had that role.
Okay.
Advantage! Wait, why did we give that to Kabancho?
I'm sorry. Wow, that one.
I mean, I guess
that one
guess
took,
it might be hard to read a map without formal education.
that one
I-
took my
I
breath
have
away.
proper
Jesus.
education.
in Zion,
Ugh.
Zion,
I wasn't born a hermit.
Zion, you're just chilling in the rear, right?
I thought you were
Yeah.
just experimented on. I didn't think they would give you an education.
Okay.
I wasn't born a slave.
All right.
He
I
was
had
born a
life before
hermit.
my enslavement.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
were born a
that's
hermit.
So you're proceeding along the eastern banks.
Advantage.
And yeah, so
I'm glad Tento does his job right.
Orochi is really good at climbing and flying, and the real job that he has, the Pathfinder here, is to help you along the tight rock walks. So he just has a hard time translating. Like, what do you mean you can't just do this? So he has a hard
You
time
can't just
translating.
float over. What are you talking about?
God, just walk over the thing. Like,
And Zion, to
What?
clarify, you're the rear guard, right?
Yes.
All right. So Tento, you come up on a tight rock when you catch something on the wind, right? You find yourself at a destroyed bridge, at a narrow part of the river. And Tento, you smell what is unmistakably the mucousy schlop of troll breath. And you can hear them, with a 25, you can hear them on the eastern ridge. But also on the western ridge.
Oh.
The area behind you was difficult to shimmy around, and the area ahead doesn't look that easy either. So it doesn't seem like there's any easy way to swiftly retreat. What would you do? What would you say at this time?
I would say, guys, we might run into some trolls. They're. You said they were coming. They're close to the east and the west. You said,
Yeah, it seems like they are above you.
all right,
and
so
they
how
might
far
be
out
above
do you
us.
think- Oh, they're like right here.
Possibly.
And you guys are saying this like out loud, right?
I'm assuming so.
I'm assuming, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you're just saying all that.
So, you need to guide us a little faster, Roshi.
So Lion and
You just need to walk faster. Like, I don't understand. Like,
Lion and Zion, what would you do the moment Tento shares that information?
It's smell based. I guess Lonnie's gonna try look for some like potent herbs. I remember they did stuff by smell. Shit, I'm trying to remember everything we learned about trolls.
But do you remember?
Keen smell, they regenerate.
Okay, yeah, I remember the small thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna look for some like potent smelling herbs around here.
All right.
Honey,
Well,
we don't have
so
time to pick herbs.
so you give me a survival at disadvantage. This seems to be a place that gets washed out during some rains, and it seems like any like river life is like down in the far in the gully where it's constantly wetted, and the area around is kind of dead and not super vegged over. Well, you know what? You reach down a hole just at this moment, and you whip up a little bit of like what's more. It's like this strange like rock top lichen that almost looks like the stone. It's actually called rock lichen, and
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Very literal.
rock lichen. Most notable property is that if you catch it on fire, it can hold a flame for hours because of how slowly it burns. It'll actually be used
cool.
as a fire starter by some people who like light it and then keep it in their pocket.
And it smells when it burns?
Yeah, if you expose it to air, it remains burning for hours, puts out a pungent odor when lit, and you know that it is a mild stomach irritant if consumed.
Um,
which is
I
mostly
don't know.
only done by very desperate people trying not to starve in a mountain. Hiroshi,
Sure.
by the way, could tell you that it goes great with lime.
Yeah.
Even though it's a stomach or what?
Yeah, or she's like, "Oh man, you found one of those things. It was my favorite treats." Be careful afterwards, though. They
Just
fuck you up.
have a
I
stronger stomach. Like,
well, I have a
I don't
sensor.
understand the problem here.
I have a sensor, which also, by the way, I took off my vestments.
Yeah.
But I have a sensor, so I'm gonna put it in there and
there
then.
and like start like to like
light
put out
it
the
with
smell smoke
Druidcraft.
screen. All right, so Zion, are you taking any particular course of action?
I will stand closer to the wall.
I will
Um,
become more
it's-
like a
Yeah,
rock.
it's trying to blend
So,
in.
As it happens, the
You're talking about
trolls,
this wall over here with the value, right, Kai?
the trolls were close enough to literally hear Tento say those things out loud. So it is now initiative time because they don't surprise you, but you don't surprise them. As they say, I'm going, "Roar!"
Hey,
Truthy
there
Mog.
you
Look, the good
go.
rolls are coming in now.
I'll make sure to break that streak. It's fine.
Damn, that troll rolled. Oh, what the fuck, trolls? Chill.
Double 21 innies, holy shit. Alright, Orochi, well, kick us off the bat here. Boy, you are the only person who was acting, and if you could just let me know if you would have any elevation on you at the time, or if you were around the ground.
I would be on
Really?
the ground.
That troll had to get one more than me?
I mean, like two of the trolls got one more than Tento. So.
Hey, one of them rolled lower than you.
Two of them rolled higher than one more than me.
But yeah, I guess I'll kick off the wall. How far up are these guys from us? Like the elevation
So
difference from us and them.
the elevation difference between you and them is 30 feet.
Okay.
So I'll mark that in red. There's a 30 feet difference along this wall.
I'm assuming the same on the other side.
Yeah, it's like 30 feet, and then it's like 15 feet from where you are to the water.
Okay. Water's 15 feet down.
Yeah, and there's a broken
Um,
bridge at the center of all of this. Or I say all of this. But yeah. What do you do?
Do I see? I'm assuming I don't see the trolls on the right, but do I see the trolls on the left?
You see the trolls on the left pop up. You do hear the trolls on the right standing up. Even if you don't have
Do I
necessarily.
see them have like any weapons or
You
giant
see.
rocks?
You see that the trolls. You can see their hands definitely have giant rocks in them.
Hmm.
And you feel deja vu, like you've just been in this place before, as the Eurobeat kicks in.
I guess I call out, hey guys, are we running or are we fighting?
Running.
The
It's
retreat,
not-
the retreat to your south is going to require a disadvantage athletics to shimmy by quickly, even with climbing gear. And this point to your north is considered squeezing for movement purposes, and then you have to get all the way to the north of the map.
And north is where we need to progress to.
Yeah.
I suddenly wish I had pauldrons now.
Yeah, imagine what you could do if you had those poles. You could be zipping all over this place. You could attack on Titan these bitches.
I mean,
I
you're
don't
not
need
the
pauldrons.
issue. You and me are not the issue here. The rest of the
Yeah.
party, well, actually, also not Roshi. The rest of the party, though, trying to squeeze.
Damn, I'm just gonna single him out single it out.
No,
Yes.
there's also Lumi.
I mean, my favorite terrain is right below me.
Don't do it.
Aquatic Warforged.
I think I'm gonna
You're
turn
not-
around.
Technically,
Wrong.
if he did, I mean, the river does lead to the mine, so if it wanted to,
Yeah, well, I'm going to turn around, clap Zion's shoulder, and give him haste for 1 round. And
Do you spark him in a special way?
yeah,
Or
I
spark it in a
just
special
away
way?
and ask, "Is this hurting this time?" And then I kick off the wall and start.
Don't even wait for its answer.
How rude.
I know, Jesus. It's just hit
up
it and quit
here,
it.
and I guess I'll be 15 feet up, as in I'll be on the same level as everyone else.
Just gonna hit it and quit it. I feel bad for Zion.
Alright.
And obviously I started using my powers, so a bunch of electricity and lightning and
Oh, there
wind.
goes stealth.
They already know we're here.
I know.
We can see them. They can see us.
Alright, so, yeah, so, it's the trolls' turns. Where's the closet? Anyway, why is this box continually getting fucked up? If you could not do that, that would be fucking wonderful. Use, so, Orochi, that's your turn, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they've got boulders, not the largest boulders you've ever seen, smaller than the boulders the ogres had, but boulders nonetheless. They don't exactly have room to, you know, like, shoulder up extras, so the ones they have are the ones they have. I will leave a little skull token on them to indicate if they haven't thrown their boulder yet. And so Roshi's
I
turn
guess we
is
should
over.
ask. Do any of them have metal piercings on them or anything?
No,
Oh, okay.
there's no obvious signs that these have been mutated or changed in any way. This troll
We don't need to traumatize any more trolls in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I thought we killed
Um,
that one.
Zion will.
That doesn't mean it was any less traumatized when it died.
Yes, Zion?
That's fair.
Zion will clear its throat and say, "Can we talk about this like civilized creatures?"
You have an esophagus?
So, the trolls, the trolls don't seem to be slowed down by that.
Try persuading them, Zion.
This
Give
troll
them their
sees that
talking.
one of its tasty meals has just taken off, and is going to try and throw a boulder at Orochi.
My
Jesus.
God.
So Orochi, you got any tricks in your bag here, Orochi? Important note, that's a 40-80. A 40-80 attack range, which means it at disadvantage because you are 65 feet away. So it's a 20,
Bless.
not a 27.
Oh.
Hits, but
That panic attack, though.
Alright.
all right, my AC is no longer.
Alright, so he rocks your world for 11 damage.
Whew.
He no longer has a boulder, and he's going to attempt to try and combat slide down to here. He's kind of large, so we'll see how that goes.
Do I know how they do with swimming?
He lands artfully.
Or do any of us know?
Roll me in nature to be familiar with how well trolls swim, but he seems to be keeping his feet there. It is another troll's turn. This troll decides it wants a 2-for-1 special and throws it at Lonnie. The rock falls wide and plops with a huge cannonball kerplunk into the water beyond you.
Fuck you!
The troll that attempts to kick slide down the hillside to right here. It succeeds artfully, and is now standing between you and Tento. As it happens, it has multi-attack. It sends one claw attack north to Tento and one south to Lonnie. This one north to Tento, this one south to Lonnie.
Whoa! Okay, well that sucks.
Alright, so Tento.
Damn it, that just meets it.
Tento,
Wait. Am I at 20 or 21?
Tento, you take 23 damage. And
I'm
yeah,
having
what is
that.
your AC, Lonnie? Because that's pretty important.
Yeah, no, that hit me.
Alright,
So
you take 12.
I'll take 11.
And it is rolling
I'm
these
definitely
dice.
dead.
Yes, it is.
Hey, you know,
Oh.
these
can
guys
try.
rolled a nat 20 on their initiatives. You know, they're just like some lucky trolls.
There's Natty. What can I say? Yeah. Natty Light.
Guys, I thought you said we were running.
They went the first.
Alright, so those are True Troll's turn. Tento, it's your turn, Toe. And one thing you would remember, did anybody make a nature okay, Lonnie, you also remember that fire or acid will stop the regeneration property. And
I forgot. Did you say that they can swim well?
well, no. But like at all, sure.
So Tento did get swung at. How's our bird friend doing?
Bessie managed to not get splatted.
Okay.
That's good. I'm glad.
One shot the burb.
Please don't one shot the bird.
It does have 1 HP.
Yep. Old Bessie got 1 HP.
Oh god.
He's a small bird. Not really like a combat animal.
Wait, is this sticking my arm? How am I holding Betsy?
Betsy's not. You're not holding Betsy. Betsy's on your shoulder.
Oh, okay, cool.
Betsy's on your
So,
shoulder.
I'm gonna slash these at this troll's ankle.
All right. Give me the attack. You have advantage. Or flank you with
Yep.
Lonnie.
Yep.
Oh, I'm providing flanking for once. What?
Well, to be real here, Lumi's providing the
Oh,
flanking,
whoops.
but you know.
I did not need to do
I mean,
that.
either way,
That's
I'm
when it
using not
crits.
in
I didn't think,
melee.
that's my bad.
Oh, good. But
I
you,
forgot it shows the description there.
you attack with
That's
the
when it
wasting.
crits.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But you attack with the wasting falchion, just normal.
Oh wait, that's not when it crits. That's just. Oh wow, this thing's. No, that is when it's crits. Sorry, I'm trying to remember because I did copy the text, but it does just say plus. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it just does 2d4 axis damage. That's not when it crits because I copy and pasted the complete
Yeah,
text.
you whip out the wasting falchion. It's just dripping with green bile, and you slash at the troll. Give me the damage. All right, so 8 slashing, 3 acid, total of 11, and its regen property is nullified and
Fuck.
until its next turn. You do a 4 sneak as you hack at its ankle, but you don't manage to get deep. But you do see the wound grow almost temporarily gangrenous. Pat gives a dangerous to go alone to Bessie. Bessie will put that one in the tank. If Bessie would the unfortunate end by say an AOE attack, the little happy birthday mark will ensure Bessie does not.
Yay!
Bessie makes a
Yay,
happy
protect
chirp.
Bessie.
Okay, so Tento, that's your main action. You got a bonus, you got movement. What do you want to do? Okay, you fucking poke him with the vicious dagger. The vicious dagger comes out, deals 5 piercing, and
I am still going for the ankles.
you stab that shit. It pops the heel open, blood's gushing, gangrenous wound spreading. It seems like it can't really regen that like it would. Very unhealthy for a troll. And yeah, you definitely get splattered in blue blood as it comes piping hot out of the ankle. Good artery.
Oh,
Um,
I'm such a good surgeon. I know where to hit.
yep. That's the Tento Turnto, yeah? You're not gonna move?
Yep. I'm not gonna let this thing off me. No.
Zion, you have hostiles in the valley. Say again, you have hostiles in the valley.
There's not much I can do.
You're also hasted.
Just take a dive.
You got 1 turn of haste.
Hmm.
The troll is tall enough to shoot over Lonnie, if that's a concern.
You're gonna jump across?
No, no, no.
I mean, you don't have the running start, but you are hasted.
So I have double my movement, right?
Correct.
Alright, can I try to climb 30
Yeah.
feet?
You don't have a climb speed, so by default it's halved.
Yeah,
So
I do
half
have
of
a
half of wait, what's your base movement is 30, right?
Yes.
So oh, you do have a climb speed.
We did get climbing kits from the guy, right? He did provide.
Well, climbing kits is a little different than
It's
climbing
not going to give you a
speed.
climb speed. It's more for
Mhm.
helping you with skill checks that are relevant.
Yeah.
It helps you go up safely or at all, more so than swiftly in battle.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, yeah, you could pop up and be at the ledge because, yeah, it's 30 feet. You got 60.
Mhm.
It takes you half. Bam, you pop up. You're done.
Alright.
That's your full movement. Or at least it's. I mean, you could use your regular main action to.
Yep. I will main action dash up to this draw.
All right. So like, you guys see a blur as there is of like pebbles and dirt and dust and like little like rock lichen going flying
Does
out
he-
and spraying to the river behind Zion, and then just like dust as whoosh, a blur shifts up straight to the troll. This is why the Eurobeat was playing, by the way. The
Damn.
person who directed this
Damn.
episode already knew that Zion was gonna get haste and do that.
Tento just gone, dang, it's looking. Hiroshi gave him the good touch.
I'm actually gonna go to this square. Yep. And then with my hasted action, I can attack.
Give me that swing. Give me that
I
swing.
will
Give me that
swing.
swing. You hit. The Thunder Gauntlet goes pow as you strike for 11 thunder damage. Its
Yes.
body shakes. It just sort of seemed to laugh down at you though, like not terribly concerned that that's happened.
Huh.
So is that your turn?
I have my bonus action.
Got a bonus. Got any bonuses you want to pop? Any bennies?
No, I'm good. Wait, actually, I'll do temp HP. So I get 7 temp HP.
You pound your fists. As your core glows as you gain your temp HP, Iron Man style. This troll is going to decide to jump down with the rock in hand before throwing it. Getting a clean 20, what the fuck? You're so lucky. And then line up a toss at Orochi within 40 feet. Is a 26 going to hit you? What the fuck?
Damn,
What the-
these trolls!
What are these trolls
rolls.
rolling? God, they rolled a 19. They rolled a 19.
You rolled 2 19s.
This is
Well, yeah,
bull-
that'll hit me.
This is
What
this
was
shit is this shit is absolutely crazy. What was the what?
What was the first strength roll for?
Sliding down.
Yeah, they had to combat slide down with a rock in their hands. So the boulder slams for
Oh, wait.
bludgeoning.
So the one I'm with is sliding down?
No.
Oh no, that's
No,
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 it's
no,
not
no,
about
no,
attacking.
Sorry, I probably should
I
have
didn't
given them
see
like Trolley Dumb, Trolley D names. Like, this one right here that just hit Orochi is Trollington. Let me just
Trollington.
if I name him Trollington on his token, I wonder if it'll change it on the tracker.
It should. I like
Um,
its name. Can I tame a troll?
Trollington,
Yeah,
Trollimus Rex. The one who dropped right down between you is known as the Trollbermaker.
Oh no, I kind of want to kill them less now.
And
They have names.
It's just naming a pet.
the one on the cliff is known as just Troll.
Oh, okay.
So that one we can kill.
Yeah, that one. That one's
Okay,
okay.
yeah.
That one's
Yeah, his
okay.
name sucks.
Okay, so Trollington ends his turn. Lonnie, it's your turn. And you know, of course, that these trolls are going to heal a not insubstantial portion of their health bar, except for the Trollbermaker, who has been exposed to acid or fire damage.
Bonus action cast Shillelagh and
Go for his angles,
Pat,
Lonnie.
Pat wants to kill them more now. They are dead ass trolling the group.
that was killed. Okay, and then I get advantage. I'm not used to this. I
You're
didn't
lucky
need
you
it
didn't.
anyways.
Holy shit, the dice are on fire tonight. You whack that thing
And
right in the face when it comes
then-
down to leer at you. It is terribly wounded in the process. Holy shit, you give him the works.
Me. Give me a sec. Reaction and. Yeah, sure.
And Orochi, you're just flying
Sure.
15 feet up, right?
Yeah, so I'm on the same level as the other people.
Oh shit!
And
Dang, Lumi!
and holy shit, Lumi goes. The crits are on fire.
All
Some
the.
I mean,
It's,
Lumi can't do much with bite, but it
That's just
it
extra
doesn't
damage.
specify a
Yeah, it
size
doesn't
for.
specify his eyes, and Lumi is very ferocious. Actually, technically speaking, she's also large. So I mean, right?
Wait, she is?
No, she's medium.
No, she's medium.
I was thinking of horses. Horses are large. The troll maker attempts to make that strength save. Fails and is torn to the fucking ground in the process.
No! Oh no!
Yeah.
Does
Oh, too bad
you're
he.
bloodied.
Too bad he.
Blue.
Does it have space to fall to the
Blue.
ground?
Yeah.
Her fur is blue again, as she's drenched in blue blood. And I would say the Trollbur maker is in some Trollbur here, because Trollburingly, it's teetering on the edge. I would say it's have to make a dex save to see if it doesn't go head first in the fucking drink.
I like this.
It does. It manages to.
Dang.
Lucky trolls. But it is perilous.
Oh.
on
They
the
are
edge.
pretty fucking lucky. That's the
Am
only
I-
time I got unlucky.
Able to, are we able to crawl over? I mean, I guess I can't squeeze by Tento too well either. Okay. I guess Lumi's just gonna take the dodge action then, and that's it.
Alright, so Just Troll has its turn. It stands before Zion, lets out a primal roar, and it throws its rock to the side, like just drops it. Like, yeah, fuck it. Let's square up, Tin Can. And
Oh
it
snap!
proceeds to, like, reach down and try to fucking bite your head off. And it goes tink off of the metal. It's like, ah. It's like, maybe I just need to give it the old nutcracker, right? And it makes 2 claw attacks. Neither of which
Hey,
it seems
Hey, where were
frustrated
these
and
rolls?
confused.
when Hiroshi was getting rocks thrown at him.
Where were they indeed? But Just Troll seems very upset and has done nothing to Zion. Orochi, you find yourself flying. But by the way, Zion, what's your passive perception?
15, I believe.
Cool.
Yes.
Right now, you're just focused on fighting the troll. Okay, cool.
Mm.
Orochi, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna fly back and do gusting wind.
Amazing.
You gonna push him off?
Now, normally, I feel like being prone would help him, but because he's like halfway off, it's a disadvantage, the save that he's going to make when you do this. Is he taking any damage, or is this just a knockover?
I mean, I can try to hit him and do the knockover at the same time anyway, so might as well try.
Alright.
Do I get any benefit from being right next to him and attacking him?
I will say is normally ranged attacks have a penalty against prone targets. It doesn't apply here.
At range though, but any attacks within 5 feet are at advantage on a prone target.
Really? I thought that was only
And
melee.
it generally cancels out. It lets ranged people actually execute people on the ground. They have to be right next to them though.
Sure, I'll give you advantage. Pop it.
Well, this negates it out so I don't have disadvantage.
Okay, make a regular attack. That said you could do before, and yeah. Alright, you hit.
Oh,
do the
I
damage.
didn't hear that. I thought you said I have disadvantage.
No, I said you didn't have disadvantage because I was normally you would, but you don't now. Okay,
My
give it a shot. It's a strength save. He has got disadvantage. Neither passes anyway. He takes 9 damage as he's knocked into the fucking drink. The Trollber Maker has been owned. He rolls through the mud and splats down into the river. It's a hard landing. He takes, I think he was speaking like a d6 or whatever, but yeah, he takes 6 damage in the process. Pretty fucked up. Water rushing all over him, not underground. Orochi, that's your turn, right?
Yeah, I say, hey guys, let's go.
Alright, it is Trollimus Rex's turn. Trollimus Rex, like, beats his chest. "Ah!" and is going to bound onto the decrepit wood and try to like make a running leap across.
That seems like a bad idea.
Well, when you roll a 9, it's a really bad idea. He takes one fucking step and just like cracks straight through the wood, lands in the fucking drink, takes 6 damage in the process, and breaks off like this whole destroyed bridge. I almost want to take a screenshot of before I destroy it because it's kind of nice. One moment.
That's fair.
Let me just put this this homework on my fridge real quick. Thanks. Pre-destruction bridge save mode. New before and after, like this is House Hunters. Anyway, he crashes through. He takes a little damage. He's down in the drink where you guys aren't, and there is now like like wooden rubble and stuff strewn down here. And yeah, he's just kind of fucked up. And there is now wooden rubble thrown about down in the ravine, and that's more or less the situation. So that's Trollonus Rex his turn as he splashes about in the water. And it's the Trollbermaker's turn. The Trollbermaker attempts to right himself and begin to climb out. Now, normally he would heal at the start of his turn, but he has taken acid or fire damage. But that isn't like a permanent thing. His regen has come back now and will be in effect on his next turn. He attempts to claw his way. Not back up towards you guys, he's a little afraid, but back up in the other direction. Alright, the luck has come back. He manages to get on his feet and standing over here. He doesn't have a rock or anything to throw at you.
Coming back.
It's Tento's turn, Toe. Tento, well, you got blue blood on your face. Big disgrace of an enemy action. You did pretty well. You're getting their blood all over the place. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take out the Dwarvish Divine Discharger and shoot at him.
The Trollbermaker?
Troublemaker. Yeah.
All right, give me that shot. You whip out this metal beam coated with these like golden holy lights glowing through it. This radiant discharger. You pop that shot. You hit center of mass on this lumbering foe. Light dances forth and curves through his body with a terrible scar blowing across him. 19 damage. He cries out and almost slices him in half. Seared flesh burned up and down his body. He's screaming. He's in pain. He's howling. Although it doesn't seem to have deadened the flesh the way that the acid did. All right. Bear in mind, this counts as squeezing. Although, is it halflings who get a bonus to squeezing by things?
Yeah, halflings.
Then ignore it. Also,
I don't have that.
Also, you're an Ilkiros. You don't care about natural difficult terrain. You pop by. Also,
No,
you
25.
You can cut that corner.
Oh, okay. I can cut that corner like that?
You can get there.
Oops.
Bye.
Bless you.
Woo!
Oh,
The
jeez.
final
Bless
dodge
you.
is where I reckon you can get, if you want
Yeah.
to, or you can just stand
I'm
there.
gonna bonus action dash, then take the dodge action.
Cool. But you need a dash to get here.
Oh, because I still have my movement. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, no, yeah, just.
Do you want to go further
Dodge
up or
straight.
no?
Do I want to go further up? Yeah, I'll go further up.
And bear in mind again, you can cut corners. So 25,
Sorry.
you can get here. I'm just saying, you can get way faster.
Yeah. I'll stay here. That way I can still keep an eye on all the enemies in front of me.
All right, Dion, it's your turn. Kill the troll.
Oh, right. It is my turn.
Yep. And Zion, roll me a perception test.
Huh. Perception, you say?
Okay, so in the distance. No, that's a 14. You don't see shit.
In the distance, you see a
He was
sky.
so ready for you to succeed.
It's lower than your passive perception. I'm sorry. All right, you fucking you're fighting the troll. Unlucky. You're fighting the troll. What do you do?
Jeez. Do.
You run a fucking circuit around him.
I'm just
You
go
do
around
like a side like view fade, and then you're standing behind, and then you unleash the boxing strike.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a JoJo's fight happening up here just casually. Give me that
Two
damage. Give me that
Jesus.
damage.
Yeah.
All right, an 8 and a 5. Yeah, you're boxing him. You're boxing him.
Yeah. That's my turn.
Alright, it's Trollington's turn. Trollington sees what Tento's doing. And, Trollington picks up, like, this, just, like, unseats this beam from the ground in, like, a cascade of dust. And, you do see it was driven down with a bit of a spike, Tento, and he kind of, like, you know, like, lines it up. And just sort of, like, curls it in your
No.
direction.
No. Put it down.
And it misses, splattering against the wood clatters to bits. You know, a good 3 feet above your head. So you know you're fine. Best
Ha,
you
you suck.
If only you weren't a halfling.
All right, the
God, I'm
Trollington's
halfway.
turn is over. Well, I mean, actually, he's not. He is gonna try and like race alongside the north with you and gets like hereish. It's Lonnie's turn. Lonnie, what are you gonna do?
Lonnie's just gonna. So what does squeezing entail?
It's normally like difficult terrain. Like is
Okay.
I think, yeah, I think there's like some stuff lets you negate squeezing or something, but it's just so rare in 5e that nobody thinks about it.
Yeah. Is it how many tiles? Which tiles are?
This is the tile you're gonna have to squeeze on. You see it?
Just one.
Yeah, if
So
assuming you choose to go here, yeah.
So 20, 30. So I have like 10 more feet. So.
Technically speaking, I don't think you have to squeeze, but Lonnie,
Yeah.
Lumi does.
I mean, Lumi's the one moving, anyways. Lumi's just gonna take dodge again, and that troll's gonna come and attack us. I think. Sorry, give me this back. I should remember the ranges of my spells better. Sacred Flame is 60 feet. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna Sacred Flame this Troublemaker. Not as Lumi.
All right. The radiant light descends from the heavens. It tries that dex. It passes that dex.
Okay, so it doesn't take anything.
Yeah, it looks almost dead. It looks like that would have finished it. It dances aside, and the light that would have seared through its skull misses it. All right, so that's your turn.
That's it for me. Yeah.
All right, just troll regenerates 10 hit points. It then proceeds to attempt to make a shove attack with its bite. An 18 doesn't hit. It attempts to make a shove attack with its claw. A 21 does hit.
I will cast shield.
Pops off.
Nope.
Your AC is all the way up to 26.
Zion's like,
It rolls
I
a
will be the one
No.
on this hill, not you.
It doesn't.
It pops off. again.
No.
Yeah, are they just playing King of the Hill at this point?
Yeah, basically. So
I think they are.
I feel like I can't. Hold on, let me move you down here so I can pop a shield on you.
Well, that's weird. Could you not do it up there? That's odd.
It goes off the side of the screen. All right, so
Oh.
that's just Troll's turn. Orochi, it's your turn.
Alright, well. I'm gonna go here next to Zion saying, hey, they're through the gap, we need to go.
By the way, what's your
I'll
passive
pat him on the
perception?
shoulder again.
What's your passive perception?
13.
13.
Cool, and you're just focused on Zion. So yeah, okay, yeah. You come up here, you tap him on the shoulder, and you tap.
Pat him on the shoulder again, give him a zap zap, and you have a haste for another round.
Nice.
And technically I have 5 more movements, I'm just gonna go here.
Cool. It's Trollimus Rex's turn. Trollimus Rex tries to climb his way up out of the water, and he succeeds. He's in the space like right south of you, but he's like clinging to the side. So he can't like try to claw you from here, Lonnie, but he can try to bite you. That's what he does. He reaches out, he tries to bite you.
Oh, ankle biter.
You got
Yeah.
it? All right, so it hits.
Oh,
Isn't it
disadvantage because
disadvantage?
dodge.
Disadvantage. because
Yeah, so that doesn't hit.
Wait,
Woo!
so you're dodging. You gain the benefit of
Lumi's
dodge.
dodging.
Okay, right. All right. So yeah, it misses. All right, the Troll Remaker. Wait, so every attack against you while Lumi's dodging is a disadvantage?
That's how we've always played it. Otherwise, there's no point in Lumi dodging. Because
Yeah.
almost no one targets Lumi ever.
Guys, I did not remember that because I feel like I've definitely hit you when I should have missed you. I feel like then. All right, whatever. Yeah,
I've
okay.
had a lot lower AC back then.
True. All right, so the Troll Maker is not enjoying how close to death he is. He's gonna scramble back up the wall. Yeah, he's fucking gone. He managed to throw up a cloud of dust. Oh, at the beginning of his turn, he also regained 10 HP.
That's not gonna be relevant, right? Because he's gone.
Tento, it's your turn, Toe.
Hey, what do you mean? Why didn't you answer my question?
You don't know. He's disappeared from your line of sight. Okay, out of sight, out of mind. Tento's a wee baby. Object permanence not installed. All right, let's go.
Object permanence. I have none of that. I'm gonna shoot that Trollimus Rex right here.
All right. His head's exposed. He's reared up. Give me that shot.
Oh my goodness!
The Dwarvish Charger, like the glint of the light, like you pull the trigger, like a little soft and then hard, and it goes off wrong, and there's just like a disco ball effect from the end that sort of like beams light at things harmlessly. That's another shot spent, and you miss. That's your main action. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, now that I don't want to get too far ahead of everyone. So I'll move there for now.
Don't forget to bring Bessie.
Oh, Betsy! Oh, I didn't know I had control over Betsy. Yeah!
Alright, so that's the Tento Turnto, right?
Yeah.
Cool, you're done. Zion, what do you want to do? It goes down.
Alright. Yeah. A hasted action. I'll disengage.
Dice.
Movement. Alright, 60 feet.
Alright.
Huh. I could get out of this right now, but
Mhm.
there's still people on the map.
Sure.
I will hold my action to dash away once everyone's out.
Cool. Roll me. No. So you're focusing on the people in the valley, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. That's your turn. It's Trollington's turn. Trollington looks a little consternated. He's looking around for something to throw. He doesn't really have anything. He's like, fuck it. He cannonballs into the water.
Okay.
He then attempts to climb back out. He fails to climb out.
He's like, Carl's not sharp enough.
Alright, Lonnie, it's your turn.
Is this area runnable?
You mean like could you dash? You mean, does that count for a 10-foot run up?
Yes.
So the 10 feet, no, that would be a 5-foot run up, right? Because like, what you really need is a 15-foot line. The space you begin in 5 feet, 10. Yeah. So if you were to come here, then that would permit you to trigger a jump.
Okay. And then the jump is equal to the strength modifier to clear without any checks, right?
Yeah. So a creature of at least 10 strength with the running jump can
Okay.
clear that gap.
Lumia's gonna disengage, go here, 10-foot running jump. She has 14 strength.
Yeah.
And she's gonna land here.
All right. You just hop as part of your movement.
Jesus. Cool.
And then yeah, I can't think of much else I can do. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess Lonnie will just throw another Sacred Flame at the one climbing up on the bottom.
So it doesn't get hit.
Okay.
Alright. This troll steps forward. So Orochi, you're flying at like his height, right?
Yeah.
So he can melee you.
Yeah.
Alright. He makes a bite followed by 2 claw attacks.
That hits. That hits.
That misses.
That doesn't hit.
Okay, so you take 10 piercing, 14 slashing. It bites and tears at you. It is now your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna main action disengage and get the fuck out of there.
Alright. And you're not waiting for anything.
I mean, I'll stand next to Zion in case Zion needs to get hasted again.
Sure, as you look over at Zion,
That's what I'm
focusing on
pulling out.
Zion, give me a perception test.
Please. There you go.
In the
wow.
distance, stood upon a ridge, wreathed in the shadow of like a tall rock, but stepped out into the sunlight as the sun sets. No, the sun is rising. Yeah, in the shadow of a rock to the east, you see a figure with a skull staff planted firmly between their feet, watching all that proceeds.
Do I recognize? Does any bells ring?
You
Any
gaze
PTSD?
out. You gaze out, and you see something in the figure's eyes. Something that speaks to you. Something that speaks of torment and pain, of suffering, and also of change. As you see a reptilian tail flick out from under its cloak, as it turns to leave.
Yep, I tell everyone we need to leave now. No more fighting, we have to go.
Alright, so that's your turn, right?
That short little legs.
And with that, Orochi is just gonna leave off the grid.
Yeah, alright, so Orochi has quit the field. Golem Rex climbs up, tries to make a pretty narrow gap here. We'll see how he does. Yeah, leaps and bounds
That's incredible.
expertly right up next to Tento. And, he's just here to give you the works, man. The bite
How about
and
he
the
doesn't?
claws.
Can he not?
How many of those hit?
The bite hits. Oh, is it on the money that hits too, or no? I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
this.
if you have a meet or exceed with AC, a score.
Okay,
of
then the
16
claw
hits.
hits too, because
Okay,
I have
so
16 AC at the
10
moment.
piercing and 9 slashing as 2 separate attacks.
I'll have 1. I'll have the 10, so I'll take 14. So I'm at 30.
All right. That's Troll Miss Rex's turn. The Troll Maker here, boom, 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 is running the fuck away. Heals some more. Who knows if that's gonna be relevant? Tento, it's your turn, Toe.
25. I'm gonna fucking book it.
All right. You want a bonus action disengage and then main action dash?
Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot. I keep forgetting to do that. Yeah. So that's
Alright.
that. 25. Yeah, I'm moving.
Okay, so you've almost quit the field. Roshi's quit the field. Zion's ready to quit the field. Zion, you were again ready to quit
I'm
the
ready
field.
with the field.
Do you want to quit the field, or do you want to wait and see what's up with Lonnie?
I will wait for Lonnie.
All right, it's Trollington's turn.
I am waiting for Lonnie too.
Trollington splashes up out of the water, looks at Lonnie, yells hungrily up at her, and attempts to claw his way up the wall. He fails and falls back on his
This
ass
man?
again.
You know what? He's doing it on purpose. He just wants to split splash in the river.
Yeah, look,
He's
it's a
enjoying
real hot day, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Lonnie,
In
if
these
Lu-
mountains.
If Flumi just sprints, she can make it out. You want to make it out?
I mean, I don't even think she needs a sprint, but yeah.
All right, so you guys get the fuck out of Dodge. And you head north. Orochi, you are the guide, right?
Yep.
You got the chart. You've got
Unfortunately.
aerial reconnaissance. Give me a survival. Because here's the thing. Now you need to lose them. You need to move fast as you can. Give me a survival with advantage.
Thank
Okay.
God for
Okay.
advantage.
So Orochi has you guys
Well,
on a great
advantage didn't serve
path.
him well the first time.
Orochi
Yeah.
has you on a great path, but you're not doing great necessarily in terms of you hear trolls behind you, and you remember they navigate by smell. Lonnie, you're still swinging the sensor, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, you're also the only source of the scent of burning rock lichen right now. So because they know it's with you, they could follow it. What do you do?
Lonnie's gonna keep at it for a little bit, and then I guess like take out. Actually, I don't want to lose sensor though. Does anyone have a
I'll-
container on them?
I'll just say, hey, give it here, and I'm just going to hold the burning thing for a second and
Okay.
air blast and yeet it away.
All right, you blast the yeet away. I'll call that an acrobatics test to artfully yeet it. Give me an acrobatics.
Do I take any damage for holding a burning object?
No, it's like a certain kind of moss you can burn. It's the spark in it. It's not that big of a flame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
eat it out.
I was really hoping you're just gonna burn your hand. Not gonna lie.
I was expecting it.
With two really good successes on the skill challenge, I'm gonna call that skill challenge abruptly finished by one person skill tests. So you guys escape the trolls. You make it a good way, just running and trying to keep distance between you. Hard to really stealth under these conditions. You make it far today. Just say you move a normal pace of one x like a third. At the end of the day, you're at the end of the path, and you begin to go to the fork that you know about. And as you trace your way towards Big Brass Mines, you find yourselves in a deep crag, and Zion, at some point you're forced to come down to the main path because there's no standable locations on the edges. And Orochi, you could technically fly up to get a good view over other stuff, but
I am on the ground, reduced my power,
Yeah.
I am not displaying any extra power than I need to right now.
Alright. You come upon what looks to be a cave entrance, and you see a fork up ahead. This would seem to be the location that Knack described to you, where you're supposed to take a right. But also, night has fallen, really. As you reach here, a day of running from a really weird, dangerous battle leaves you all a bit beat. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I suggest we go into the cave and clear it out, see if there's anything in there.
And then
we can
camp in
sit
the
down and
cave.
have a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I like that idea.
And yeah, cogent question there from Lonnie. Does Orochi mention anything important?
Not yet. We're still in. Hey, we need to keep fucking moving.
Yeah.
Right now is the time we're like, okay,
You
we
peer into
have
the
time to
cave.
talk now.
You peer into the cave. It looks barely, just a cave, very shallow. No signs of recent
Can
creature
I-
habitation.
That's what I want to look for. If there's anything that's been in here.
And investigate to really thumb the nooks and crannies might turn something up. But otherwise, no plans. Ain't fine shit. Zion, you find a rock that is well lodged, but seemingly, like, kind of curious. Not part of the formation. You like knock it a bit, and like some pebbles come flying. You pull it out, and you find something stashed there. You find a rusted pickhead, a hunk of tin ore, and
Okay.
2 hunks of copper ore. And there's something that looks like it might have been a note at one point, but it is long since naturally eroded into nothingness. It was made of an organic material that didn't stand the test of time. But it's got the look of like a square where like a piece of, not paper, but like vellum or something would be written on.
I'm gonna ask Zion, wait, can I have the pickhead?
Why?
Last time I attempted to restore something, it turned out to be a cursed magical object. So I want to see if this one isn't a cursed magical object.
I could check it out.
Wow, where's the fun in that? Come on, I'm sure. I mean, what's the chances of me finding another cursed magical object?
Lonnie,
How do I react? Lonnie, help.
Tento wants another cursed item.
No, I said what are the chances it's another cursed item?
I mean, Zion has that the spell to like learn more about stuff. At least do that first this time.
That's no fun.
I mean, it's that or Oroshi's just going to toss it like he did the. I don't remember the stone actually. Like he did a couple hours ago.
So,
So
Lonnie and
Oh,
Orochi,
no.
you're standing at the entrance to the cave, but not going in.
Yes.
There's nothing in here. It's safe.
Oh, that's not what
I-
I'm making clear. No, nothing's following us.
Sure, give me a perception.
Oh, back
You think you might hear the scrabbling of a lizard? Small one? Maybe not.
I'm gonna ask Roshi's like, are you looking for something?
Yeah. back in the valley with the trolls. The trolls were there for. They were sent there by something.
What? Zinto's like rushes out the cave. It's like, what do you mean?
So
That's
let's talk inside. As I try to push Tento into the cave.
Oh yeah, I need to make sure no one's following us.
Okay, well I'm gonna go inside the cave.
Can I?
Oh, perception, sure.
Yeah. Like, okay. Damn.
Well, Sento, you don't get a sign that anybody's here right now. That being said, while you were, sprinting away, there was no opportunity to cover tracks. That being said, also, there's a lot of, stone that you walk over, where you don't really leave a track often. So there's signs if someone wanted to follow them, but you don't detect anybody nearby.
Oh, you know that I was looking at my traits, whatever, or my racial skills, and one of them is apparently like people have a harder time tracking me.
You, yes.
You.
Yeah. I did not know that until I looked there. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Thing is, most often they're trying to
Things
track
you
the.
can do.
They wind up tracking the people you're with.
Yeah.
I guess Lonnie's gonna have Lumi try to smell for trolls
Sure.
nearby.
He's familiar with the scent. Kind of mucusy. Kind of nasty. Very
Yeah, I mean, she just needs to reference herself. She's still covered in blood.
Which could, interfere. But yeah, let's see. Okay. So an 18, Lumi smells troll on the wind from the north. But it's far enough away that they're not within even the same world map hex. It's more likely that they are bedding down a group of trolls to your north, bedding down somewhere there for the night.
Well, if you're so sure about someone sending them, unless they want to convince trolls to skip some sleep, then I think we're good.
Well, the reason why I say this is that at the edge of the field, while Zion and I were up on the cliffside, I saw a figure that I vaguely recognized.
Indeed.
It was someone from the Brass Eye Citadel.
Yeah, roll me an int save to try and unearth a painful memory, Orochi.
Save.
It's too painful to recall. You just know that the look in their eyes was one who had suffered.
I'm gonna ask Zion, did you see anyone?
Nope.
Okay. I'm
That's
sure
what
Orochi was
Orochi-
just...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sure Orochi was just looking. He happened to see it. Might just disappear for you could catch eye on it. Where's Betsy? Hey, Betsy. I give Betsy some seeds.
At this point, Oroshi's kind of head is down, his fingers tracing the chitin on his chest. I'm like, I remember him being the Brass Eye Citadel. I don't know if he was an inmate. I don't know if he was one of the scientists. I'm not sure.
Are you?
He was definitely there to watch us.
Does that mean they know we're coming?
Maybe.
Uh,
mean,
Are
I
you?
don't doubt that they would have sight on us in some shape or form.
Are you going to be okay going there?
Honestly, I don't know.
oh, Lonnie, don't you know? Best way to fix your trauma is just hit it straight on.
Lonnie just gives him a look like, not the time for this.
I'm joking. He's like, and just I'm joking. There are healthier ways to do it. I just don't know them. No one else. No one else. All right. Bad joke. Bad timing. My bad. Bad taste.
No, it's alright, Dento. You're just trying to, cheer up the mood. It's not working, but it's okay. You're trying.
Yeah, it's always the thought that counts.
Yeah, sure.
Well, at least I know I'm not the only snark one in this group.
You just gotta rest. You just gotta focus on getting there as quickly as possible to catch them off guard. We have no way to hide us from their detection, so I don't think we can surprise them by picking a different route. It is just how quickly we get there is our best chance to surprise them and catch them off guard.
Well, I guess it's also best we take watch tonight.
Yeah.
I can do that all night.
Can
So,
you
Zion, do you,
see?
Sentinel's wrist. I can see and hear as normal.
Zion, can you see in the dark?
No. I can hear.
How
Can
good is your
anyone
hearing?
else see in the dark?
Roshi raises his hand.
Yeah, I haven't fixed my night vision goggles. So no, I don't.
When did we get night vision goggles?
There was one time it was ice. I mean, as a thief, you gotta do a lot of your stuff in the dark, so
Oh,
can't see in the dark.
I
Fortunately,
don't remember these goggles. I remember a potion.
I mean, he's never brought it up because there is no need to, but he's bringing it up
It's a-
now.
It's a background thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I
One
thought
nice
there was
thing
like an actual time where we actually got night vision.
No,
goggles.
Yeah.
I just
I was
thought
like,
it'd
you've
be
been
fun-
holding out. What?
I thought it'd be fun to add that because it makes a lot of sense.
No, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I can take first watch with Zion.
You don't look terribly well off right now.
Look,
No,
Bonnie, he
but-
just wants to spend time with Zion. Just let him spend time with Zion.
But I don't think I can really fall asleep for a while.
Does Lonnie know of any like sleep medicine or sleeping herbs or like calming herbs? Yeah, Lonnie's just gonna like spend some time looking around for anything like that.
I'm sure you know Morelos's
The
trick
region
for
is
sleep.
herb poor. If you're to find it, it is most likely already with you. But you could roll me a
I-
nature or disadvantage.
Do also have an herbalist kit.
Yeah, I would say if you have
believe,
herbalist
yeah.
kit, you could give me an herbalist kit proficiency test to sort of whip something up.
But start this. Oh, okay. But disadvantage for nature still, or was it survival? Sorry.
Actually, I know it is actually survival. Sorry, survival disadvantage to look around.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly dead rock. You just find some rock lichen, but that's not what you're looking for. And you want to make something that's going to help with.
Sleeping and calming, two different things.
Okay, you want to make two
Either
different
one.
things, or you want to get something that does both?
Two separate things.
Okay, make me.
I also
a...
have Beggar's News still, I think. I don't know if that. No, that makes poison. Okay.
Well, Baker's News could be used
That's
for
a different type of
things.
sleep.
The internal kind.
And thank you, the Lollygaggers, for the raid. We're in a cave. We're having a
Yeah.
very fun time in the cave. How is your game, Lollygaggers? Hello. You played Alien tonight, right?
I have Ferris Orivore eyes, if that helps any.
So you look at the eyes, and they look almost like inflected with the metal the Orivores consume. And a thought occurs to you, yeah, these things would probably see at night. Do you want to try and do something with that?
And we have 2 people. I think we're fine. I also don't know if anything in Zion and Chest if it'll actually work.
Roll me first for the anxiety, second for the sleeping. 2 herbalist proficiency kits. Just go over what you got and see if you can whip something up for Orochi.
Oh, wait, that's not how you roll that. There it is. Which type of check would you like this to be? Because it says query.
I had wisdom.
Okay.
Hey, Raiders.
Damn.
Yeah, see, in Alien, they come out at night. Mostly, anyway. Okay, so for the anxiety, you managed to whip up X3 doses of Fear's Filter. A drug that an herbal concoction which when consumed
No. Drug is correct.
herbal concoction which when consumed my roll 20 is lagging hard, offers a variety of things. Zion, what are you? So you just oh god, I just got page unresponsive from roll 20. Are you kidding me? Okay, no. Zion, what are you doing as this happens? Are you already in your sentry's rest? Bessie does chirp excitedly.
No, but I will pull out a tattoo needle
Wait,
and
Lee, you said it was Betsy was chirping, right? Not sneezing.
Yeah, not sneezing. Not sneezing.
Okay,
any
just want to make sure.
poison.
and yeah, just hold it to the palm of my hand. And a little sun would appear.
Yeah, it sort of sweeps out as if though a decal being painted right onto the metal, springing forth from the needle's point. It glints with a radiant incandescence. It seems glorious in its simplicity upon
Yes.
Zion's metal dermis.
Can I ask Zion? Does that hurt when you do that?
No,
Do you know if it'll hurt if you do it to someone fleshy and not made of metal?
it shouldn't.
Now you asked, does it feel good? Because that's the exact
Yeah.
same questions I was asking him earlier.
Lonnie, so you managed to poke around in your kit, and going off of what you have, you managed to make something known as Fear's Filter. You were vaguely aware of, normally given to children, but also to warriors going to face some very dangerous creatures sometimes in the Glyake tribe. It is sort of like a white flower that has been dyed with sort of a yellow-green concoction of herbs in the central bud, and it is to be, lifted by the leaves and eaten whole. And when you eat it, you gain advantage on wisdom saves against fear for the next 10 minutes, and you think this would help put Orochi at ease. And you find a single drink's worth of green tea that you could make, which will probably help Orochi get to sleep. If you were
Doesn't
to,
green tea have
brew it.
caffeine? Well, Lonnie's gonna hand both those items to him before bed and explain. One to help calm your nerves if something happens in there, and the other two hopefully help you get a good night's rest tonight.
Thank you, Lana. I really appreciate it.
Just wake me up when it's time for me to take over.
Alright, so you all bed down for the night, and put yourselves where you'd be on the first watch. Orochi, you sleeping or awake the first watch? And do you
First
actually
watch.
go and brew tea?
Well, I'm gonna brew the tea when I go to sleep, but first watch, I'm gonna be out here on this cliff thing.
Sure. Yeah, you're
I'm
at-
assuming this is like some feet up.
yeah, this is like it's like 20 feet. The elevated area,
Distance wise.
the elevated areas
Oh.
are like 20 feet up.
Actually, since we're doing long rest, Lonnie's gonna do. Well, assuming we don't get attacked tonight, Lonnie's gonna do spores. Actually, no. Lonnie's just gonna blow a beacon of hope now, and so everything gets full effects. So, D 6 temp HP, and let's do cure wounds at level 2. Oh wait, which is math. I
Alright,
need
so
to write down these values at
so-
some point.
Healing occurs. You throw out some health magically. There's a golden glow as you lay on hands, and vitality returns. Orochi, you
And
post
20 health.
post up by the
Plus 20
stump
health.
for a long watch of the night. Alright, plus 20 health. For who? You?
To
No, Roshi.
Okay.
Alright, Orochi, you go up 20. She lays the hands on before you go up. And 6 temp HP. Alright, and Pento, you're bedding down here with Bessie.
I
Kind
pet
of
the
resting
bird
up.
like good Petsy.
Level 1 geek, thank you for the raid. I was low-key considering raiding you just now. You're bedded up for the night. Your fight with the trolls behind you, and things more or less going the way they're going. Zion, you stand metal-bodied, nightly vigil. Through the darkness as it comes, you see just fine from your sentry's rest. And Lonnie, you're bouncing around. You sleeping?
Yeah,
Jason?
no, I was just curious how full Orochi seemed.
Alright, and real goofy tonight. I'm excited to hear about it. And yeah, you guys
That's
are
cool.
you're resting. It's the first watch. Orochi, you see Zion just completely motionless, I'm assuming. Save for the dancing light on the refractive eyes in Zion's head. And Orochi, have you ever just watched Zion Sentry's Rest before?
probably. I actually don't know.
Tonight it takes on a different umber as if though within just the mouth of the shallow cave there is a suit of armor stood at attention like you'd find in a manor house. And night comes. Night comes for us all. The world darkens. And you feel, well, perhaps at peace, perhaps not. Orochi, there is a certain fire in your mind. The figure you saw, the reptilian tail that swished his cloak. What he's doing here. Is it he? What they're doing out there. In the night, you hear occasional sounds. Things come and go. Slither and creak. Nothing grows close enough to be a concern. It all seems to be understandable as wild animals coming and going. But you do wonder about that figure, about that staff, about 4 trolls laying in wait along your route. You have Fierce Filter, 3 of them. You choose to take any of it tonight?
No, not yet.
Very well. And I'm assuming that neither you nor Zion would go chasing off of the sounds of, the odd howl of maybe a wolf, maybe a skittering of a lizard.
No, I would stay here.
Nope.
Excellent.
Why is that excellent? Maybe we should go up.
Yeah.
Those fucking lizards, I knew they were up to no good.
And Orochi, your watch comes to an end. It's time to maybe get some rest. You feel the weight of the day upon you. You've sprinted. Your burn is still high. The electricity in your very veins still wearing you down, holding you down. Your max HP is how far below 77 at this point?
It's actually not that far below. It's at 63.
Okay, you just fucked up from the fight. All right, yeah.
Yeah, no, I took a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, you did.
Sure.
Jesus.
You and do you brew your tea, and if so, where do you do it? before going to
I
bed?
would go back into the cave and make a really tiny cooking fire to
Mhm. Sure.
brew the tea.
I'm assuming you have the material on you.
I mean, not specifically listed, but I'm assuming with camping gear we have like small bits of fire or wood.
Tinder. Ups.
Do you have camping gear as an item? give you
I mean, we
food?
never really listed it. And
Yeah,
we
alright.
always assumed that we have.
There's a big log
Right,
outside.
stuff.
There's a big log outside. You can just like snap off part of that. It's pretty dead.
Yeah.
It'll burn. You fix up a small fire. Perhaps even using your lightning to, or do you? Would you use your lightning for something like this right now?
I will not be using any of my powers
Alright, so-
necessarily, so I would not. I would do old fashioned.
You spark a flame after some effort.
All those years of being a hermit finally paid off.
A small fire grows, and you have an appropriate pot. You brew up the green tea.
And as that's brewing, I would go wake up Lonnie for the next shift, and I guess not really touch Zion, but say thanks for taking all the watches.
Hmm.
And I
Sure. And I just have a question for no particular reason. If you try and take a long rest, you don't get a short rest in the process of it, right?
We've not done that, I believe.
Okay, so that's not how it works. Okay, good. Just wanted to check. Yeah. So you waken Lonnie, and Lonnie, presumably, does Lumi wake up as well? Presumably.
I'm just gonna let Lumi rest.
Let Lumi rest. You let your wolf rest, and Orochi, do you go sleep somewhere?
yeah, I sleep where I can see the entrance of the cave, and I sit and drink and kind of stay up for a little while longer.
And the green tea gives you a pleasant sensation, rolling over your body's crashing waves. And Lonnie, what about you? Where do you post up just right next to Zion, in the cave's entryway?
Yeah, she'll occasionally go out and like look around a little bit further. But like not too far, just looking down the like essentially like crossing the road, left, right. Okay, nothing. Then I guess I'll just go back.
Sure. All right. And with that, Orochi, as you look down into your tea that you've brewed up, you see almost something in the leaves, like two words. High road.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like,
Like,
oh my
fuck
gosh, is my
you.
tea cursed?
it's like you're next, you're dead.
Wait,
Like,
did we
something like
find out what the
that.
fuck?
I wrote-
Hey,
Thank
did
you.
we find out what was up with the rest of the pickhead?
I mean, it was a rusty pickhead. You might find out.
I mean, if I had time, I probably would have cast Detect Magic.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
All right, so
It's
you
time.
cast the spell Detect Magic on it, right?
Yeah.
No magic.
Okay.
Oh, bless.
And with that, mark down that spell slot, by the way, mister.
It's a ritual.
Never mind. Yeah, so with that, thank you all for coming out on Diesel Shot. We have a feedback phase, and then we're going to go on a raid. The players have done an awesome job, so big round of applause for them. They are off on a new adventure, heading to a dungeon known as the Brass Eye Citadel. So if you want to hop in, now would be a great time. Every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on. Thank you all the gaggers and level 1 geekers for coming out, and it sounds like you did have quite the goofy time. And then Real Life Unicorn, I'm glad. I'm also glad you finally got your order on Real Life Unicorn, hopefully before that weird nighttime cutoff. I digress. Left to right, feedback time. Casey, favorite you want to see more of? Hit me with it.
Good improv with like, oh, early break, cause I disconnected.
Yeah.
I think the discussion with the mayor was a little boring and slow. but
Mhm.
also I guess just because like I did not care for him. He's a character that makes sense, but I'm just like, yep, just keep talking us up,
Yeah.
He's schmoozing.
It's like not necessarily bad. I think it was just like we didn't particularly want to be there. So like maybe it could have been sped up a little bit. It's interesting hearing about Huyul. It's kind of fun that everything's like always like rumors and not ever actually confirmed. Nice to hear that. Nice to hear Trudfar's name again.
They're always there.
And
Yeah, they
Yeah,
tread
the-
far. What can I say?
yeah, the combat was kind of fun, especially because like the river was an interesting obstacle, more so for them. Thank goodness. I don't know, just like how the troll's like, oh, let me find something to throw. Oh, I'm out. All right, cannonball. Let me try to climb up. Fuck.
That was fun.
Yeah. Now so it's just like, oh, they kind of made the check. They're like up, kind of, but they're not like fully up yet. I don't know. It was fun seeing, and the really thin terrain was fun to play with the large creatures. Looking forward to and also dreading whatever's in the Brassai Citadel. If we can find out more about Roshi, hopefully. I'm glad we got to keep some of the items. That was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
And
Excellent. Is that it?
yeah, I think so.
So then you
I'm
can always tell
also
me
looking
more.
forward to talking to Orb Guy at some point.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure how much of a conversation he's gonna
Yeah.
hold.
Kai,
I'm sure he's a fine human being. I mean, lizard person.
Kai, hit me with it. What's up?
I agree. It was nice that we got to keep an item each. It's very generous of you.
You know.
It was nice hearing Treadfar's name as well, and the obstacles in this fight were were pretty interesting.
In terms of elevation in the river.
Yeah. It gave us options. Yeah. And I agree with Casey that the talk with the mayor was a little long.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what this lizard person is that Hiroshi apparently saw.
Very nice.
Trust me, right?
And of course we believe him, right, guys?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time someone saw someone odd out in the distance.
Look, it's only Tento that's a little bit sketchy, and Lonnie, he's a little bit sketchy, probably
There you
say.
go. I was like, "Who's Tento?" I was like, excuse me. Tento is the least sketchiest.
That's a lie.
I am hurt that you think I would lie about such a thing.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Darwin.
Yeah, today was a lot of fun. A lot of good RPing. I thought the Nerd Talk was fine because I like how he was just like one big like brown nosers, like just kept rambling. I was like, yep, this is what I expect for someone like a character like this. Man, the fight was fun. Again, with like trolls just like jumping around and throwing shit at Hiroshi because didn't hit anyone else with any rocks. And
You're welcome.
I'm excited for this dungeon crawling that we're gonna do soon. Go back to the basics. I always like a good dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
And I hope that the lizard person that we meet is a nice fellow. Just because he's associated with Brass Citadel doesn't mean he's a bad guy, right? He could be a
It
victim too.
Who's that?
No, they're all evil. We gotta kick Roshi out.
Last but not least, I think it's Shin's turn. Shin, hit me with it.
I agree with a lot of points that were made. The magic items were very nice to keep.
Yeah. That was nice too.
Referencing back to previous characters, previous NPCs, it's pretty cool. Reminiscing about how Kibanta used to do things for the party was also nice.
You did stuff for the party?
Remember that we could just like clean ourselves off of blood? A
Oh
snap of a
yeah.
finger.
The fight was pretty interesting too. I like how it wasn't just oh, you need to beat these guys up. It was you clearly had other options of quote unquote success for the combat. And I am super excited for the Brass Eye Citadel. Get to see what you have in store for us.
Remind me early and often to send you a sketch of what you know about the base of the Brass Eye Citadel.
Sure. And I completely forgot about one of my abilities, which meant that one of those boulders should not have hit me.
Nice.
I told
I
Dan,
thought you
like,
had.
Good
I
to
thought
know
you
what your
had
abilities
something.
are. I have to say that to myself. I need to look up my abilities again.
I really thought that you had something. That's probably why I'm like, he's gonna deflect it with wind or some shit, right? But he said
That would be cool.
I almost felt like I was prompting, and I was like, I guess he just doesn't have it, doesn't want to use it. But
Well, to be fair, you nat 20'd, and the other one was like a 21 or something.
yeah.
And then the third
So-
one was like an 18 or
We'll see.
something like
But
that.
yeah, but as it plays it, oh, she's happened to not remember to use the ability that time.
Those are projectiles.
Wow.
Could
Thank you
Tyr
all.
have done something with that?
Thank you for
The
coming
Tyr
out.
thrown the
We
boulder
are
fucking
gonna-
back at them.
We're gonna raid Mad Bird streams. Thank you all for coming out, and
Oh man, I
I wish
really
you
missed
a
you.
wonderful night, everyone. I'm popping the raid. And
Could Tyr have done something?
fairly well. I'm hitting raid now. I'm hitting raid now. Come on, raid now. Trigger, trigger.